Are you feeling spiritually lost, like you've tried everything, YouTube videos, online courses, even meditation apps, but still something is missing? Wondering, is this all there is? The world is loud and chaotic, and your soul is overwhelmed, craving inner peace, but you can't find your way back to yourself. This is exactly why I created the Kriya Yoga Masterclass and my proven soul coaching system to help people just like you. This isn't a video you watch and forget. It's a daily spiritual lifeline that brings you back to your soul. So if you're done feeling lost and you're ready to start transforming, then come join us. This is more than a course. This is your lifeline. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com right now to unlock your free 7-day Kriya Yoga Masterclass trial. Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive 100% free private one-on-one soul coaching call with me, Vedagurudev. In that call, I will personally help you overcome whatever's holding you back and guide you into the happiness you've always been searching for.
Kriya Babaji Namo. Kriya Babaji Namo. Kriya Babaji Namo. Kriya Babaji Namo. Kriya Babaji Namo.
Welcome to our July 9th Vedagurudev's 2025 Gurupurnima celebration live stream right here. Today we will be celebrating all of our gurus and their grace and everything they do. They do all the heavy lifting. I just deliver their mail. So we'll start by honoring all our gurus right here. We'll start first with Goddess Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of infinite abundance, wealth, and prosperity, who's behind Babaji. And I will say her mantra 3 times. Om Sharim Kleem Lakshmi Narayana Biyam Namaha. Om Sharim Kleem Lakshmi Narayana Biyam Namaha. Om Sharim Kleem Lakshmi Narayana Biyam Namaha. Next to her, I will say Lord Shiva Adi Yogi, which means the first yogi ever. Pure consciousness, and I will say his mantra 3 times. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Next to Lord Shiva is Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles, Lord of success. And I will say his mantra 3 times. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Looking so beautiful in the front, my beloved Sadguru Deva, Maha-Avatar Babaji himself, the immortal Himalayan yogi, the deathless guru. And I will say his mantra 3 times. Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Next to Babaji is Mataji, the deathless yogini. And I will say her mantra 3 times. Om Kriya Mataji Namo. Om Kriya Mataji Namo. Om Kriya Mataji Namo. So in this 2025 Gurupurnima celebration live stream, we honor all of our gurus, all the ascended masters, all the Kriya yogis that have come before us, all the light beings, all the lords, all the goddesses, all the devis, all the highly evolved, enlightened beings on the astral plane who have laid the groundwork and gave us the blueprint, the kriyas to practice to get us on the lightning path, the fast track to enlightenment. So I give all the glory to all them. They do all the heavy lifting. I just deliver the mail. So welcome to our 2025 Gurupurnima celebration live stream. Later tonight, we will be doing the holy fire, the yagna, the hama, the havan, burning up all our problems, giving all the glory to all the ascended masters, all the spirit guides who have come before us and laid the groundwork. So all the glory to them. I'm just delivering the mail. So welcome to our 2025 Gurupurnima celebration. Namaste, Veronica and Paul. How you doing
Namaste.
today?
Namaste.
Happy Gurupurnima 2025.
Yes. Happy Gurupurnima to you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely.
I appreciate that. You know, all the glory to Babaji and my guru and, you know, all the ascended masters who have come before me. You know, I like to pass the hot potatoes, like I said before. they did all the heavy lifting. I'm just delivering the mail. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So in our Kriya Yoga School Masterclass, I guess I will accept the title as guru. So thank you for that kind words.
Yes.
Well, when we bend down to touch your feet, realize that it's Babaji's feet that we're touching, and do not recoil.
Yes.
If I could be a radio antenna for the glory of Maha Avatar Babaji, then that would be a true blessing. All the glory to him. But yeah, if you could feel his presence through touching my feet, then that would be a beautiful thing. And I would be happy to give that Shakti path and that transmission.
Well, thank you.
No problem. My pleasure. Anytime.
So I've been reading this book and I absolutely love it. I'm almost to the end, but I just read a passage that reminds me of you, Vedagurudev, and Lahiri. We have somebody else on stage. Let me see who this is. Okay. Oh, Brendan. Welcome, Brendan. Namaste.
Maybe change the banner. I think it's blocking him.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry I'm late.
No, it's okay. You're right on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you saying, Veronica?
So this book, Lahiri Messiah, he was a householder like you, and his guru was Babaji. And I just read this passage, and it's in like Lahiri's voice, but Babaji says to Lahiri, "Give Kriya freely to all who humbly ask for help." And then after silence, Babaji added, "Repeat to each of your disciples this majestic promise from the Bhagavad Gita. Even a little bit of the practice of this religion will save you from dire fears and colossal sufferings." And then Lahiri, "As I knelt the next morning at my guru's feet for his farewell blessing, he sensed my deep reluctance to leave him. And then Babaji said, "There is no separation for us, my beloved child." He touched my shoulder affectionately. "Wherever you are, wherever you call me, I shall be with you instantly." And that just really touched me because he's talking to Lahiri exactly the way Vedagurudev says that Babaji talks to him, says he's his beloved child. And I just thought this was just so beautiful. It just touched me. Like, wherever you are, I will be with you. Babaji walks with you. And I feel like you, Vedagurudev, walk with us. So it's just, I just wanted to share that with everybody. So thank you,
Yeah,
Vedagurudev.
yeah, my pleasure. Anytime. It's a true blessing to be a guru and walk this path with you, this Kriya Yoga path. So yeah, I really resonate with Lahiri Messiah too. I am also a householder yogi, and yeah, his energy really vibes with me. Like yeah, and anytime, like you said, Babaji gives me darshan or talks to me, he always says my child. He never calls me by my real name or my name diksha. He always calls me by my child, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I always resonate with that also. Like Lahiri Messiah is a great yogi, and I always resonate when I hear these stories about Lahiri Messiah, you know, like the, the Golden Palace. And yeah, so my guru told me the same thing. He said, it was a very sad day when my guru told me you couldn't stay in the Himalayan mountains no more. You have to go back to the world, be in the world, but not of the world. So I didn't want to go back. I wanted to stay with my guru, but he basically said the same thing. I will always be readily available on the astral plane. You don't need to call me. You don't need to email me. If you want to meet me, I'm waiting for you on the astral plane. And that's what a lot of these yogis say too. Like, if you really need me wholeheartedly, like you're in trouble, I'll be there. But don't call me unless it's necessary, right? You know, like so I always like that thought too. Like no need to email me, no need to write me a letter or call me on the phone. I'm readily available on the astral plane. So just close your eyes and meet me on the astral plane in
Yeah.
higher consciousness, and I will be there. So yeah, I agree with Lahiri Messiah. Obviously, he's a great yogi. You know, he was Sri Yukteswar's guru, and Yukteswar was Yogananda's guru. So that parampara, that lineage carries, right? And that Babaji essence that Lahiri Messiah holds is very great. And I aim to be that. So when you say I see a Lahiri Messiah in you, and he has the same presence as Babaji as you, that is a absolute true blessing. Because who is a better yogi than Lahiri Messiah? You know, he's actually he's probably the first who really brought Kriya Yoga back to the modern world, and then he gave it to Yukteswar. Yukteswar gave it to Yogananda, and the lineage, the parampara, continues. So, yeah, it's a true blessing to be compared to Lahiri Messiah. But Lahiri Messiah is doing all the heavy lifting. I'm just conveying the message, delivering the mail. Babaji, Lahiri Messiah, all the ascended masters, they're driving the car. I'm just watching them drive me around. So I take no credit for any of this. I give all the glory to them all the time.
Yeah, and I like
Yeah.
Babaji gave you the same message, give Kriya Yoga to the world. So I just think it's like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, you're like the new Lahiri Messiah.
I'm the 2025 Lahiri Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Babaji basically gave me that same message, give Kriya to the world. Wholeheartedly, no expectations, just help as many people as you can. So that I feel is my ultimate goal, you know. Help as many people with Kriya as I can, and uplift as many people with Kriya as I can. And yeah, try to be a good example. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Like, I don't come from, I wasn't born into a yogic family. You know, I'm from the Western world, like everybody else in our school. And yeah, if I could do it, anybody could do it. So most of the time, a lot of the people from the Western world look at yogis, say, oh, I could never do that. I don't have a long white beard and I don't sleep in a cave and I can never meditate all day. But I just want to be a living example, a pointer that if I could do it, anybody could do it. So there's no magic here. I'm just doing the inner work and trying to help as many people and guide as many people as possible.
Yeah, so I've got an interesting story about that book too, because when I was like early on the path, I was, like I'm searching like, what is this all about? And I'm like in half price books and I'm like in the spiritual section and like I'll just like be looking through all these books and I found that book and I did also listen to the whole thing because they have it on YouTube as a like audio because it's a long book, but I said to myself something like this, if this is the right thing for me, then let there be a signature from Yogananda in the book.
Yeah.
And so I went through the book and, I didn't specify, like, as you said, like when you're like writing your stuff down to burn in the yagna, be specific. I did not specify. It had to be like handwritten. So like I found like where he had like signed the book, but it was, in every book, but I didn't specify. So, but I took it like, oh, well, I didn't specify and there's the signature. So, I think this is the right path, but I find all kinds of things, in Half Price book, just, something will just like call out to me and I'm like, this looks interesting. Grab it. And yeah, and little by little, you're led down the path. You find one thing, then another. And, then eventually a guru will appear. Thank you for appearing, sir.
My pleasure. It's my true blessing. Yeah, it's weird how this path of like Kriya Yoga, when you start walking it, the pieces of the puzzle just start coming together, and you get these kind of confirmations when you kind of surrender or do your practice wholeheartedly. Like, like I've said before, like in the voice of Babaji, I got a darshan one day. It said, turn to page 525 and you will see yourself. And I was like, man, no way. I think I'm going crazy. I don't, what's Babaji talking about, right? All right, I'll play the game. I'll go along with it. Sure enough, 525. I'm looking. That really does look like me, So it's weird how these things, when you kind of commit yourself or you give yourself the intention, like I'm going to do this Kriya Yoga practice wholeheartedly. It starts to drive your car and you just start to witness it drive you around. So that's why I say I take no credit for this, because I'm not no yogic scholar or no enlightened being, or I'm just doing the inner work like everybody else. So like, yeah, so it's weird how like well, if this is a true path I'm supposed to be on, there let there be a signature of Yogananda. There is a signature of Yogananda. I thought you meant like a real signature, like he really signed it. I would be like, wow, that's a classic, right?
Yeah.
How many people have a book signed by Yogananda 100 years ago? So,
Yeah.
But just the darshan or the intuition of trying to manifest the signature and there being a signature is also a true blessing also, so it just these breadcrumbs and these signposts along the path that you see it like, oh, okay, I think I'm going the right direction. Things are starting to come together. I don't know how and why, but it is. So I give all the credit to Babaji, as always. Like I say, he's driving my car. I'm just witnessing him drive around, but he is the driver and I am just a witness, or like I said before, God is the doer. I'm just the witness, you know. He is the animator. I am the animation. Like I said in the class, not my will, but thy will be done, you know. Like, I take no credit for it. God is just using me as a mailman, a radio antenna to transmit the signal out to the world. So God is the real doer. He's doing all the heavy lifting. I'm just in awe and witness of God. He's doing the best job out of anybody. So when I do my yogic practice every day, I dedicate it and offer it to God, Babaji, whichever deity you resonate with. And I say, thank you for the job you're doing. You're doing the best job out of all of anybody, right? I'm just doing a little bit. You're doing the heavy lifting. The sun came up today. What a glorious day it is, you know. Thank you for all the things you do, because I think a lot of people take God for granted, right? But I try to make my puja and my prasad and my offering all to God. Like, you're doing the best job out of anybody, God. All the credit to you, you know. What I need, nothing. All I need you to be happy and keep doing the great job you're doing, God. Keep up the good work. Actually, let me put up my fan bell. Let me put it up.
Oh, okay. Vedagurudev, actually your mic is kind of, you might want to push it up. I didn't realize it was down so low.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see the mic up, poking down.
All right, let me put it down. Better now? Can you still see it or not?
Let me put you on full screen. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see it now. So all is good
Okay.
in our world.
Back to the programming.
Yeah.
You know, everything is set up. The mic looks good. The fans are all set up. As soon as you get on the live stream, they fall over. The mic comes down a little bit. It's all live. No Memorex, as they would say, right?
I had multiple questions.
Okay, great, Brendan.
I'm not gonna ask them all right now.
Okay.
I mean, you could ask as many as you want. You know, we're gonna be on here for a while.
We would be on here until next week if we were asking the question. But I don't know if, like, you don't want to talk about this like right now. So some of them I'm not sure, and because some of them are about specifically the Kriyas.
Mm-hmm.
And my best question for now is, like, I wanted to go over all the bandas,
the bandas, right?
And I just don't know if you want. I don't know if you're like live on YouTube and you don't want to like go over that right now, because I get that.
Yeah. So I mean, I could go over it briefly. So the first banda is called the root lock, which is the Mula banda. Second one is the abdomen lock, which is Uddiyana banda. The third one is Jalandhara banda, and the fourth one is all of them together, which is called Maha banda, right? So you squeeze them all together. So yeah, so that's basically a loose description of the bandas. Did you have a specific question about the bandas?
Well, I thought you said we're to breathe through them, but when I seen the upper two, you only hold, you actually hold the upper two. I just wanted to reinstate that. And
well, yeah, you hold all of them. So you have a light squeeze with the root lock. You have a light squeeze with the abdomen lock, and Jalandhara, you bring your chin to your chest and lightly place it on your chest. And so you basically kind of go from the bottom up, squeezing, and you engage all of them in Mahabandha.
Yeah, but when you did them individually on the breath, you actually held the breath when you did that. When you did the upper two, you said hold the breath in the class.
Yeah, I mean, some people like to hold the breath. There are different yogis that say hold it, but I found it a better practice to lightly breathe when you engage them, right?
Okay.
So you could go kind of deeper into it, you know? If you hold your breath, you're going to only be able to hold it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, whatever you could hold your breath. But if you really want to go deep, you kind of lightly breathe and like engage them. You give each one like a light squeeze and you kind of hold it, right? And you like breathe lightly through your nose. Like that would be my best suggestion for the bandhas. Because if you hold your breath, you're only going to be able to go so far. So my guru always used to say no breath retention.
Yeah, and I remember that.
They call it kumbhaka, which some yogis they hold their breath, right? That's what they call kumbhaka, hold a breath retention. They try to go deeper by holding their breath, but you can only go so far till you have to breathe. So I would just say lightly breathe through it, and like all these kriyas, they're most effective when you're in a relaxed, comfortable state. Sometimes when you hold your breath, your monkey mind starts to activate, and it's like, oh, we got to breathe now. If we don't breathe, we're gonna die. And so, like, you don't want that extra, like the monkey mind, the mental clutter. So it's just good to kind of relax into each kriya and be comfortable in each kriya and go as deep as possible. So that's why, now that I kind of contemplated it, it's better to breathe and go as deep as possible and be comfortable than trying to hold your breath as much as possible. My guru used to say they call samadhi the breathless state of communion with God, right? But if you don't breathe, then it's not going to work. So he's like, it doesn't mean you're not breathing. It means you're breathing so light that it looks like you're not breathing, but you're still breathing. And it's good to be in a comfortable state, right? You don't want to hold your state because you don't want to hold your breath because that gets you out of the comfortable and relaxed state. And I would play around with it and see what works best for you, right? Because you know what's the best breathing pace for you and the best breathing rhythm for yourself. And that would probably be my best suggestion. So even the things we show in our Kriya Yoga School, take with a grain of salt and modify them and adjust them for your own needs. It's kind of like a loose framework, but if it doesn't work for you, you can modify it and adjust it so it works better for you. So I would say if you feel more comfortable breathing, breathe. And if you don't feel comfortable holding your breath, then don't. But yeah, in my opinion, now that I think about it, I would say breathe lightly as possible. Give each bandha a slight engagement or like a slight squeeze, and do what works best for you. I would say modify it as best as you need.
And should you squeeze behind the neck too? Then you can go. Like when or is that the squeeze when you bring your neck down?
Yeah, the squeeze is when you bring your chin to your chest. Okay. That is the chin lock. It's not behind, it's in front, actually. It's like your chin lightly placed on your chest. So that would be the actual squeeze,
What I was going to say is one thing they always tell us in my yoga studio is they say to find the place between ease and effort. Because sometimes, you're putting in a lot of effort, you're in this very hard pose, but you can find places where you're tensed up that you could actually relax that or just, use a little less force. So I like that saying, the place between ease and effort,
Yeah, exactly. Like yoga is about comfort and relaxation. So if you're in pain, or pain blocks the flow of prana. So you always want your prana and your shakti to flow. You don't want to be blocking it. And like I said, when you're struggling or you're suffering, then that opens the door to the monkey mind, and that little devil on your shoulder starts talking, and oh, what are you gonna do? You got to breathe. You're gonna die if you don't breathe. So you want to dissipate that and dissolve that monkey mind as much as possible. But like what Paul said is true. Like when you really breathe into the asanas or you breathe into the stretch, then it becomes a more blissful spiritual experience than just doing exercises or doing poses to impress your friends. My guru always used to say the same thing too. He used to say, find the space in between the inhale and the exhale and rest there. So that was kind of I always like that too. Like that is where the magic happens, in between the inhale and the exhale. So it's the same thing. Find the space in between effort, and rest there. So if you could find your comfortable, relaxed space in doing any of these techniques like bandhas or asanas, then you will have a more deeper and more profound meditation when you practice Kriya Yoga.
So I have questions. You just let me know. That was my main one. That was more so personal, but if you want more, you just let me know.
I'm here all day. Let me see the comments. If anybody has any comments, put it on YouTube. Oh, I see we got some comments.
So first was Paul. He said, Namaste and happy Gurupurnima.
Namaste,
then,
Paul. Happy 2025 Gurupurnima. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Nice.
And then Cassandra, surrounded by energy, says hello with a heart emoji. Hello.
Hello, Cassandra. Love you too. Happy Gurupurnima.
And our own Snap Crackle Fizzle says hello, guys. Hello, guys.
Oh, hello, Snap Crackle Fizzle. Good to see you on live stream.
In person.
Is it I thought it was tomorrow though. Are we still
this is the satsang. So tomorrow morning we do the actual Gurupurnima Yagna. We light the fire and we do our real in-school Gurupurnima celebration. So just because this satsang fell close to Gurupurnima, we'll give people out there in YouTube land a taste, to ask about Gurupurnima and that type of stuff. But our actual celebration is 8:30 a.m. Tomorrow, July 10th, and we'll light the fire and we'll do all the mantras for all our deities and all our parampara lineage holders, right? All our Kriya Yoga ascended masters and all the people that did all the heavy lifting. All the glory to them.
So
I was confused also. I thought it was tomorrow, and so I was like, when I saw that, I was like, is it today? Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, this is a pre-satsang live stream. The real one, we do at night, and we get that fire going and burn up all our members' problems. And we had a very profound one last year. Actually, Veronica sent me a beautiful painting that you see when we do our classes. That she mailed it all the way to Thailand.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yes. So I'll bring that out tomorrow, and I'll bring out. Tomorrow I'll bring out all the. Yeah, I have a good picture of Babaji. He's like sitting on top of the fire, which now my intuition is telling me I got to dust that off and bring it out too. So we'll have a full audience tomorrow. We have a pretty good audience today, but we'll have all the bells and whistles tomorrow.
So how will you be honoring your guru today?
Yeah, I'll send my guru a message on WhatsApp app. Say Happy Gurupurnima, Baba, and send positive energy and
Yeah.
Shakti path out into the universe, into the ether. And yeah, I honor my guru like that, and I honor Babaji as my beloved Satguru Deva, and yeah, I'll do a whole. It's actually today for me because it's
Yeah.
morning here, so it'll be tonight. But yeah, I'll do the whole practice of honoring all my gurus and yeah,
Nice.
putting holy ash on them and puja, giving the lamp and giving prasad and flowers and everything. So that is all the people that did all the heavy lifting, and I don't take no credit. I give all the credit to them. So if it wasn't for them, none of this would be possible. So all the glory to Babaji and all ascended masters and all spirit guides and all light beings and all spiritual traditions, all archangels, all whoever I'm missing from whatever spiritual tradition they are, as long as they hold God light inside them as them, then much respect to you, honors and blessings to you.
So when you were with your guru, did you celebrate Guru Purniman with him? I mean, did you like touch his feet in person and give him
Yeah,
flowers and
absolutely.
puja?
Yeah, he sits on a chair and you offer him and you bow and touch his feet and flowers to the feet and you put water on their feet, like
Nice.
it's just like Christmas or your birthday for gurus, whoever your guru. It's your one day a year. I mean, you honor your guru every day, but it's the one day you really kind of lean into it and go all out. Like, you know, it's Guru Purnima. Like you honor your guru, and yeah, we always have Purnima means the full moon, right? So you have all these rituals that you do that symbolize honoring the guru and honoring your lineage, like honoring everybody. I asked my guru one time, like, how far does our lineage go back? He says, well, if you ask me, it goes all the way back to Adi Yogi, Adi Yogi means first yogi, which is Lord Shiva himself. So he says our lineage goes all the way back to Shiva, so we honor Lord Shiva as the first guru, Agastya as the Param guru, which means like the God guru, so like basically everybody you could think of, we go down the list, right? And we do mantra japa, which is basically 108 raksha beads, one mala for each guru. So it's a full day of activities. So when you have so many gurus or so many people that have laid the groundwork and the blueprint, it's an all day event
Yeah,
or all
all
night
day.
event, let's say. All right. So, and once you start doing it, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. And, I got to do him and then. So you basically honor as many people as you can, So it's a full night of adventure,
Yeah.
full night of event.
So are you fasting today too?
Yeah, I'm fasting
Or,
today also.
well, I guess it falls on a Thursday anyway. So
Yeah. Thursday is Guru Day, so I every Thursday I fast 24 hours normally. But Guru Purnima, maybe I'll go a little further. Let's go 2
Yeah.
days, So yeah, so that's interesting you said that. Guru Purnima falls on Guru Day in 2025.
Yeah.
So it's super powerful. They say Thursday, Guru Day, is the highest day to align with the Guru or the Ascended Masters or the Spirit Guide. So they do most of their practices extra on Thursday. So
Yeah.
this Guru Purnima, it's even more powerful because it falls on a Thursday, Guru Day. So
Yeah, I think last year it fell on a Sunday because it was, yeah, interesting. A very powerful day today, tomorrow.
So Super
Wow.
Guru Day today, right?
Yeah.
Guru Day and Gurupurnima all in one. So a true blessing. Thursday all around. Gurupurnima
Nice.
and Guru Day. So Super Guru Day.
So,
So go on.
oh, good.
No, you. I
Um,
insist.
Kid on. Kid to you. No.
Well, so these people in the Himalayas, the people you were with,
Mm.
this is going to be a very intriguing question. You said that they're doing these Kriyas all their lives. Most of them. So if they're doing these Kriyas every day, all day, wouldn't they just feel so good that like they just are bursting with joy and they're coming down the mountain, they're coming to tell us, like, because that just hit me. If we're doing the Kriya all day, you know what I mean, and we're telling people or whatever, and they're doing Kriyas all day, wouldn't they feel so amazing, like that, like, I don't know, they'd just be bursting with joy.
Yeah, so I would definitely say they're bursting with joy. Like most people look like these yogis or these agoris, like they don't take a bath, they sleep in a cave, they stink, but inside them as them, they're really going to their happy place, let's say. They're really bursting with joy. So I would say that why they don't come down, I mean, that's a good question. But they more look at the Maya delusional world like something they don't want to be a part of, right? Like, you know, even me, when I came down from the Himalayan mountains, my guru said, you can't stay here no more. You got to go down to the world and help people. I didn't want to do it at all. It was difficult for me, right? Like it took a while to transition and decompress, right? Come back to the world. Even though I know the world, because I lived in it before Kriya Yoga, it was a bitter pill to swallow. It's almost like going back. It's like going to jail for Kriya Yogis, right? Like, all right, I got to turn myself in. I got to do my time in this, you know, it's this ugly, materialistic kind of 3D kind of world. So that's kind of how they look at it too. Like, even just coming down to go to like a Delhi, go to like New Delhi or go to like a city, it's like, please, I don't want it, you know? So they're kind of satisfied and content where they're at, right? And they kind of have the perspective, I'm doing my inner work. So I want to focus on me and do my best. My guru used to say, you're not helping anybody meditating in the cave in the Himalayan mountains or the forest, right? You know, maybe collectively you're helping people, you're raising the vibration, but you're not boots on the ground. You're not on the front line, right? So that was kind of the message he conveyed to me. Like, you have the energy and people can relate to you. So you need to go back to the world and you need to help people, right? There are already too many yogis here who aren't helping people. They're just doing their inner work. But they can't relate to people in the Western world or in the Maya delusional world because they just been blissed out yogis their whole life or majority of their life. So you understand because you've lived in the ego body. You've treated your body like an amusement park. So like, people can relate to you more, right? They can't really relate to a Himalayan yogi. There's a language barrier there, and they're just on such a higher frequency. It's hard for them to understand what you're going through because they've never experienced I don't know what it is to work a job 9 to 5. That's like unheard of to them, you know, what it is to, you know, I don't know, pay the electric or whatever, you know, they can't relate because they don't have that experience. I pay the electric so I can understand, you know, I used to work a job as a DJ. I can understand. So like, you know, I know what it is to like navigate this 3D Maya delusional world. So that's, they kind of look at it as like spiritual prison to come back in the Maya delusional world, right? Like, I don't want to go to prison, you know? So, I mean, me too. When they told, my guru told me to come back to the Maya delusional world and help people, I was like, please, Baba, I'll wash your car every day. I mean, he don't have a car, but you know, I'll clean the ashram every day. But like, I'll do whatever it takes. Don't let me go back to spiritual prison, please. I made so much progress here. You know, it's like you can't stay here. You got to go. So, I looked at it as most yogis look at it kind of ugly. This kind of world, like, you know, and they say, we only talk to people that can hear what we're saying. So they look at these lower frequency beings like, what's the point? I'd rather talk to a wall. A wall would get more spiritual knowledge than these people that are lost in delusion, you know? They're lost, they're attached to the Maya deluded world. So like, I'm not even going to waste my breath because they're not going to hear what I'm saying anyway. So that's kind of how they look at it. Like, no thanks. I'd rather stay in the Himalayan mountains with the Yeti and tigers or whatever's up here, you know, than go back and see those people, you know. And there's been many cases of yogis like Agastya. He traveled with animals. He just liked the vibration from animals. He didn't want to be around humans. He didn't want to see humans. He just thought it was kind of gross and kind of ugly and kind of dirty, their energy. So he liked the pure energy of an animal way better than a human. So that's kind of the perspective they have. Like the frequency, the vibration, the resonance of Om in the Himalayan mountains is way better than down there in the Maya delusional world. All right. And I don't want to get attached to it, or I don't want that to be my environment, you know. But my guru also used to say, to have real mastery of meditation, you need to learn how to meditate in the center of New Delhi. All the cars honking and all the noise and pollution and traffic, or like in the middle of Times Square. Like, it's easy to master meditation in a calm, serene environment where there's no distractions. But when you really master your mind and meditation, you master it in like the most chaotic, distracting place there is. And I when I was DJing, I used to take that perspective too. In the nightclub, there's so much chaos. There's so many stories. There's such loud music. You know, there's alcohol. People are smoking. So I used to take that perspective. I like to look at it like they say in the Bible, yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil. So even though all these distractions and all these temptations and things are around me, I bring the light to the darkness, you know? And that's why, to break down the word guru, guru means light and ru means darkness. So it's almost like the dispeller of darkness. I'm bringing the light to the darkness, right? Guiding my disciples or my devotees or my students like a lighthouse through the darkness. So I try to keep that perspective. No matter how much chaos and distractions are out there, I still try to walk the path and put up my Kavacham shield and let it just kind of bounce off and not get attached to any narrative or any story. So the nightclub was a good training ground for me because there's so many individual stories and it's just crazy, you know? So I didn't get attached to it. I tried to focus my energy and just not get attached or not let anything attach to me in the nightclub. So yeah, yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall feel no evil. Let me be a lighthouse to people that want to walk the spiritual path.
Yeah.
I was thinking that any of us that are here on this earth have like made that same decision. Like we probably were like, oh, not back to earth again, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we're all here doing kind of the same thing. You know, we try to lift, you know, whoever spirits are around us, you know, and yeah, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I look at it too like a newborn baby. When you see a newborn baby, they're kind of spaced out, like, oh, how did I get here? Where am I at? You know, and you get the memory wiped too, right? So you don't know anything, like what's going on here, you know? So anytime you see a newborn baby or like a baby, they're like, what did I do? How did I get here? You know, like they're kind of spaced out, like, what? How did I get here? Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. If I had to sign my soul contract, maybe I'd rethink it next time. Maybe next time I stay. Right? Like, or maybe I was like, well, this is my last rodeo, and all right, let me go as far off the path as I can and see where this takes me. See if I can find my way back. So it took me a long time, and I kind of have the darshan that Babaji was like, if I don't save this guy soon, or I don't hit him with the lightning bolt, he's gonna be lost in the sauce. He's having too much fun on the ego path. So thank you, Babaji, for waking me up and getting me back on the path of Kriya Yoga.
great. Yeah, so I had a veteran yesterday. I had another veteran come in, you know, and as I always do, I inquire, you know, I'm looking for UFO stories, you know, that they might have. This was a younger kid. He was like, I call him a kid, but he was like maybe around 35, and he had gotten a medical discharge, and he was wearing his Navy ball cap. He had tattoos and stuff, and you know, he came in wanting me to fix his computer, but you know, he had something that I really couldn't work on. So I started talking with him, and I said, "Oh, so you see anything, you know, during your, you know, your tour or whatever? Anything unusual?" Because I got a lot of veterans. I'm always asking them. So instead of a UFO story, I got a ghost story.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me how, and it's weird because I watched this on YouTube. They have this thing called War Stories, and it's like this guy, he's a veteran, and he collected all these stories of what these veterans encountered. Some of them encountered like in Afghanistan, they had the Kandahar giant. So a group of soldiers supposedly got attacked by a giant, and you know, they ended up killing it, but they got one of them first. But and then, you know, other ones where they've encountered Bigfoot, and then weirdly there was some ghost stories like a haunted hospital, old hospital that got decommissioned, and this one where they had rescued a bunch of people, but there was like a lot of dead bodies, and they had to store them in the freezer, you know, to keep it from, you know, going bad, and then later in that freezer they had things. But anyway, this kid told me like that this chief petty officer had died on board, and like near this certain vestibule, that's like a part where you leave the ship from the inside to the outside, and there's like a little there's two doors, so you go into one door first and close it. You got to make sure that door's closed, and inside there it's all red lights because to get your eyes accustomed. And then you open the other door because also you don't want any light from the ship getting out, because you know, you want nobody to be able to see you. But right in that area, you know, they said like people were hearing like all these footsteps and weird stuff. So I thought that was interesting. It was not what I expected to get, but I like all these paranormal things, because it just, you know, it's a breadcrumb, like telling you like, you know, whatever I'm seeing here is not definitely all that there is. You know, there are other dimensions. There is something above this, you know. So that's why I think I'm so into that kind of stuff, because it's just, I'm trying to like just wake myself up even more, you know, because the programming that pretty much like there's no God, this is just the way things are, there's nothing unusual here, nothing to see here, you know, and it's hard to wake up from that, you know, and these little breadcrumbs and stories kind of help to light the path, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Like the book Veronica showed, Autobiography of a Yogi. There's all kinds of mystical stories and mystical powers, you know. So yeah, it's very interesting. Like these CDs that these yogis had and can accomplish. Like it's very interesting. Like you never know your true inner potential till you start doing your inner work, and it's basically unlimited. You never know what you could accomplish. And as far as people in a different realm or a different dimension, that too, you know, there's definitely more than this 3D world. There's different frequencies and different realms and different dimensions that is beyond my comprehension even. So, you know, every once in a while you get a good glimpse, or you get a good what they would call in yoga darshan, like a good audience of how could I say, interdimensional beings or something you would see. You know, I haven't had it too much, but it's out there for sure. So if you're tuned into that frequency, you would probably be able to see it more. I tend to tune my frequency to a higher state, so I don't really get that radio signal, you know, the how can I say, more of a fear-based kind of frequency, like a scary ghost, or, you know, stuff like that. I more attract higher frequency beings, but I would definitely say if you tune into that frequency, then you would probably see that frequency. If you tune into higher frequencies, you would probably see that. So, well, yeah, it's definitely interesting. There's definitely more than I can see. That's for sure. You know, like, and once you're aware of it, maybe you get a good audience, you know?
So we have our five senses, but we have more senses beyond that. Like we can all like feel energy when we walk into a room. We can sense if it's, you know, tense or if it's a happy place that we walk into. I don't know. And I can I can almost, I can feel people when they're sad. I don't know. I can feel their pain. I have empathy for others. I don't know, intuition. I don't know. Can you think of any other senses that we have beyond the five senses? And like
Uh,
intuition is one.
yeah,
Yeah,
telepathy. Yeah, like it, it's a good question, actually. You
yeah,
know, like all these kind of CT kind of powers. When you get on a higher frequency, you do start to feel more, right? You know, like even me, when I just find myself crying out of nowhere, but I'm more sensitive to the energies, and it's not like I'm crying because I'm sad. It's crying because I'm in the grace of God, let's say, right? Um, um, the grace of God is so beautiful that it makes me shed a tear. So out of nowhere, these, once you start to elevate your frequency, you start to more feel these frequencies. You know, they're more
yeah,
readily available. Most people, 95% of the people in the world just take it for granted. But when you really start to tune into your inner divinity and you start to align yourself and center yourself with your inner true self, you start to realize your true potential, and you start to see your true nature, which is, like Paul said earlier, it's more than the eye could see. There's something definitely beyond this, and you start to tune into that. How could I say that?
yeah,
That frequency, that aura. You know, like some people would say, you read the Akashic records. But yeah, like anything I say on these sad songs, I don't have to take no credit for. It's almost like a stream of consciousness, a pillar of light hits the crown of my head, and whatever comes out, comes out. And I'll watch these back, and I was like, I don't know where that came from. I have no knowledge of that. Like,
where did this information come
from? Where does this, like, that's why I like to say, I'm just delivering Babaji's mail. Babaji's driving the car. I'm just watching him drive me around. All the credit to Babaji, but I don't know where I get any of this information. I just speak from my heart, and I just say whatever comes out. So all the glory to Babaji.
That's interesting because, Nikolai Tesla, he said he got his ideas, like he didn't think them up himself, but he was kind of like given that information. And then I've also heard that, like, at various times in the world, like, people invented the same thing at the same time. It's like, how is that possible? It's like somehow those, that information was being sent down, and certain people were able to pick it up, and they just did what they do, So, yeah, that's totally amazing. All that knowledge, all knowledge comes from God, So.
True.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like where do these inventions or ideas come from? They're just out there in the ether, and you're just kind of tuning into it, or they're tuning into you. Like, I like when Veronica says, I didn't choose Kriya Yoga chose me. Same thing with ideas, right? I take no credit for this invention. I don't know where it came from. It just hit me, and I just executed it. I made it a reality, but the idea came from somewhere else. I don't know where any of these ideas come from. They're somewhere out there in the ether, or where any of the stream of consciousness comes from. Like, I watch these sad songs. How did I just talk for 4 hours? What did I even talk about? Like, where did that come from? Like, so you are kind of tuning into something. And I think Nikolai Tesla is right. You kind of make yourself a radio antenna and align yourself, and then you're tuning into the radio station, and you're kind of, through like Kriya Yoga, you're kind of you're dissolving the static, right? So you have a clear signal, right? So if the message comes like, you know what, you should invent a water car. Okay, let me get to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this there, and then the water goes in here, and this is how it makes electricity. Your brain just starts working, like the pieces of the puzzle come together. How does that divine inspiration happen? Man, who knows? That's above my pay grade. So yeah, so I can't even say where it comes from.
Someone did invent some type of water car, and he ended up dead when he tried to patent.
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah, so.
Oh, that's interesting, right? Like, you can't stop our money. You got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. We make trillions of dollars off oil. Cars run on oil and gas and whatever. And if this comes to market, our money stops. So goodbye.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Tesla too. You know?
Like, what a beautiful inspiration. I want to give free energy to everybody, right? No, wait a minute. If you do that, I can't buy a boat next week, right? So you got to go, same thing, right? So you just begin to see the playbook of the black flag, let's say it, right? They don't, their end goal is money, and they don't care who they got to throw under the bus or who they got to cheat or stab in the back to get that money, right? So if you're messing up their plan or their playbook, you got to go, Yeah.
Well, even you, Vedagurudev, you want to give free Kriya Yoga, and you get grief from people. Like, be careful out there.
Yeah. When I walk across the street, I got to look both ways, right? It's forbidden for you to give Kriya Yoga to normal people, right? Well, isn't that who we're supposed to help? We don't approve.
Yeah.
We excommunicate you from our yogic perspective.
Yeah.
I mean,
Need to-
all I need is my guru and to approve, and that's it. You know, what other people think, it's forbidden. Like, who are you, the Kriya Yoga police? Woo, 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 woo. You, Vedagurudev. You just talked about the bandas to Brendan. It is not permitted. You have to go in timeout. You have to go to Kriya Yoga jail, right?
Yeah.
Bandas are not permitted on the internet, right? For regular people to hear, right? No, I just give wholeheartedly Kriya Yoga to the world. You know, well, no, it's not permitted, right?
Yeah.
And that brings me to a good point, right? We have a free 7-day trial in our Kriya Yoga school. Sign up, and I'll give you wholeheartedly all the Kriyas as much as possible. Veronica, Paul, and Brendan, they're all members of our Kriya Yoga school. They could attest to it. I'll walk this path with you. I'll get on as many calls as possible, and we'll try to get you the results and the solution you need. So just give me 90 days, and we'll see how far we can go with 90 days, you know. Just give it a chance. Give it a try. If it doesn't work with you, no harm, no foul, you know. But just give it a try. You know, what's the worst that could happen? Or the best can happen, maybe you're the next Yogananda, right? And I say, all the glory to you, right? Take everything I give you, help as many people as possible, you know, be the spark that ignites the flame and changes the world, you know? So I aim to do that with all of our members. So just give me a chance. Give me 90 days. If it doesn't work, it's okay. You could cancel. No harm, no foul. But if it does work, let's continue the journey and let's keep going as far as we can.
Yeah. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to be initiated. You'll get more than one mantra for your whole life.
Yeah.
Give wholeheartedly.
You don't have to fly to India, spend thousands of dollars looking in a cave for a guru. That's probably not going to help you anyway, because they're going to... Who is your guru? I don't have a guru. So they basically look at you like spiritually bankrupt, right? If you were worthy of this path, you would have a guru, or a guru would accept you. You don't have a guru? You know, what is your name? My name is Bob. Oh, no name Diksha? I can't divulge the secrets. That's why I like on the internet. A Himalayan yogi told me this, like, come on. They ain't talking to anybody. Because even me, they would be like, what's your name? My name is Vedagurudev. Oh, this guy has name Diksha. So he does come from a lineage or a parampara. Who's your guru? Swami Vedananda Saraswati. Where is he at? He's right there. Is this your disciple? Is this your devotee? Yes. Okay. Let me show you how to levitate. So that's basically how it kind of works. So anybody with a name like my guru used to say, don't learn Kriya Yoga from somebody named Bob Smith. Learn Kriya Yoga from somebody named Yogananda, right? Like, this person has dedicated his whole life. They've experienced it. They know it. They're just not somebody who saw some things on the internet and trying to Frankenstein it together. They have direct Shakti. They have direct transmission. So they could teach you better. I mean, if there is no Yogananda around and there is somebody named Bob Smith, then I would learn from them. It's learning something is better than not learning anything. Let's say it like that. But if you have the option, Yogananda or Bob Smith, I would take Yogananda all day, every day, you know? So, that's basically what I would say.
What I'll say about like my experience with another yoga group that was it was an online group, you know, I post some, you know, they're good too, you know, but they are kind of dogmatic in their, you know, how they present it, and they do stick to the initiate thing. They're not going to give you anything anything more than whatever they give you at the basic course, unless you become initiated. So I now realize they did not talk about bandas at all. You know, that never came up. They gave like 1 or 2 kriyas, you know, just a basic one. It's Babalam Kevalam, and that's their mantra that they give you. And and they're also very strict about their dietary. They say no, you cannot eat onions or mushrooms or rajasic foods. They call it.
Right.
And
garlic, yeah.
Garlic, yeah. A garlic, he says he can smell it. Like if a guy comes and he's had garlic, he'll smell it, and he says that clouds your mind, and in a sense, I can understand that, because plants have natural defenses because they don't want to be eaten, basically. But so there are some substances, but through the thousands of years that people have eaten these plants, we've probably developed some type of immunity to it, I would say, to where we just get the benefit, because garlic is good for you in other ways. But so I really don't know if that's true about the clouding of the mind with garlic, but I've never tried to go garlic free because I love garlic.
Yeah.
But and
Veronica sent me a video the other day, and it was this yogi, like this Agori, smoking, right? And the guy was like, well, you're a yogi, you shouldn't smoke. He says, my inner work, my awareness is so high that nothing can affect me. So that's the way I look at all this, right? Like, if you're affected by garlic and it clouds your mind, then you should do more inner work. You want to get to such a state that you're unaffected by anything. If you want to smoke, you can, right? It doesn't make you less of a yogi. You've done the inner work. Like Neem Karoli Baba ate a bunch of LSD pills. He was unaffected, right? So these yogis, they've raised their frequencies to such a high level that I find it highly unlikely that something like garlic or something could affect them, right? If you're not affected by 20 LSD pills, then garlic is nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? It could definitely not cloud your mind. So I would take it with a grain of salt. And you got to understand, how would they know how your body reacts to anything, right? They're just making guesses, right? Well, they don't understand your constitution. Only you could say what makes you feel good. If you take garlic and it clouds your mind, maybe it's true for you, If you take garlic and it doesn't cloud your mind, maybe it isn't true. So when they say that it's one size fits all, like, it can't be true, because how would they know? They don't live in your body. So only you could say, right? Like, garlic made my mind cloudy. I'm not going to take it no more. Or garlic made me feel good. I'm going to take it more and more. So when they always say these kind of one size fits all or kind of dogmatic things, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. For me, the reason I created the Kriya Yoga School, I was like, you don't need to be initiated. You don't need to fly to India. You don't need to go through all the hoops. I wanted, from the comfort of your home, the Kriya Yoga to be readily available for you, right? Try it out. See if it works. I'm going to give all the Kriyas I know wholeheartedly, as you can attest to in our school, Paul. I just answer as many questions as possible, and I try to give the Kriyas as much as I can. Like, I don't want there to be no barrier to entry, and I don't want there to be no gatekeeping, right? Well, you can't know about the bandas because you're not initiated. Kriya Yoga to the world is my mantra, right? Everybody, right? So anybody out there watching this, if you want to get started, right there, free 7-day trial, get started. I'll try to show you as much wholeheartedly as possible. And yeah, but what you say is true. When you go through these online programs, they give you some basic kindergarten techniques, right? Like, they all do it like that. They're not going to talk about pranayama. They're definitely not going to talk about mantra japa. They're just going to give you some basic so-called kriyas that it's good. It gets you on the path. It's better than nothing, but it's not the end all be all, right? Like, I think, in my opinion, we have way more profound techniques. In our free school, we have way more profound techniques than what they would give you for $300. So if you want to just get started, go to freekriyayogamasterclass.com, and there's free techniques in there right now, and they're probably way better than what you would get from any of these other online courses, you know. But
What
yeah, go ahead, Paul.
what I would say though is, if I'm constantly eating garlic, that's my natural state. I will not even know if my mind's clouded. So it would be a good idea just to try it sometime. Like, let me stop eating garlic for like a week and see how I feel after that. See if I noticed it, because it's probably a very subtle thing that, you know. And as far as the smoking, yeah, that's fine. You know, I'll be the enjoyer. But if you're compelled to smoke and it's like a habit that you kind of need to do, and that kind of is the way it is with me with nicotine and with alcohol. And I know this is a problem, but then it's a problem, you know. But if he can just smoke or not smoke and it's not no big deal either way, then you know that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would test everything. Like I say in our class, the supreme science of yoga. Test it, observe it, experience it, and know it, right? If it really clouds your mind, then I would discontinue it, you know? Like I would just stop doing it, right? It's not working, you know? So anything they say, I would test it and see what works best for you, right? And if you do it in moderation or you're unaffected by it, it's different, right? But you don't want to be attached to it. Like once it becomes like a second nature thing that you do every kind of day, that you have to do to sustain yourself every day, then it becomes like more of addiction. But if you go in 7-Eleven and you eat some M&Ms once a week, you're probably not going to be affected. If you eat M&Ms all day, every day, you're probably going to be overweight and you're probably going to have diabetes. And, you know, so you are the king of your castle and you do what works best for you, you know? So I would just test anything you do and see how it makes you feel, and look at it, like self-observe yourself and say, I ate some M&M today, but I don't feel off, or I don't feel sluggish, or I don't feel any fatigue. Well, okay, moving on. I'm not going to eat it every day, but M&Ms are a good treat every once in a while, you know? If my daughter, her friends have a birthday and I eat some birthday cake, I'm not going to eat birthday cake every day, but special occasion, why not? You know? It's Christmas. It's Thanksgiving. Have some turkey and have some stuffing. Enjoy yourself, but I wouldn't recommend eating turkey and Thanksgiving stuffing every day. But, you know, so in moderation, it's always good, you know. So, but I would test it for yourself, because other people don't know your body. You know your body better than you, because you understand your body. You live in your body. You experience it. So when other people tell you what you should do in your body, they're just guessing, you know. They don't have no clue how you feel inside you. So I would definitely do what makes you feel the best and what works the best for you. That is the best thing. And you always want to keep your body, your temple fit, right? I just posted a Babaji quote. It was like, keep your body healthy and your temple fit, right? So if you're in a state of pain and discomfort, it's going to be very hard to meditate. So you want to get your body healthy, right? Like I was telling Brendan, like whenever you feel the urge to eat, stop all your kriyas and eat, right? Eat as much as you can, right? Like whatever it is, ice cream, bacon, eat, you know, because you get that nourishment as much as you can. Because if you're starving yourself or you don't feel healthy, it's going to be hard to do. These kriyas aren't going to be as effective. So you need to clean your temple first before you could really start to meditate inside your temple. So, and it activates the monkey mind. Your monkey mind is like, you can't do these kriyas. Your body doesn't feel good. So it's it's going to create like a chain reaction for the ego. So you always want to try to do what's best for your body, right? If you eat garlic and you feel great every day, eat garlic all day, you know? Who cares what it says in what the yogis say or whatever, right? You have a different constitution to them, you know, do what works best for you. That's what I would say, you know? They're not going to agree with me because they want you to attach to that dogma, right? Like one size fits all. Like I think Brendan told me, if you do Nadi Sudi and you land on your right nostril, you're going to go crazy, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
not crazy, you know? So it's not one size fits all, right? You know your body better than anybody. That's why in our Kriya Yoga School, we give hundreds of Kriyas, right? We don't want you to practice one Kriya for a year. What if you don't like that Kriya? You're going to quit yoga, and that's going to be even worse than practicing one Kriya for a year. So we give you hundreds of Kriya. Make your own daily sadhana, your own daily practice, right? I like this Kriya. I like this Kriya. I'm gonna do it every day. It uplifts me. It makes me feel good. So they're one size fits all, and their rules and their guidelines and their guardrails and their gatekeeping, I don't agree with. I think if you join our Kriya Yoga School, I'll give you as much as I can wholeheartedly, and we'll walk this journey together. So when they say you need to be initiated to practice Kriya Yoga, I don't agree with them. Kriya Yoga is for everybody, whether you're initiated or not, you know? And, you know, or, you know, so I don't want to follow those guidelines. I want to be open-minded, because Kriya, you should give Kriya wholeheartedly to everybody, not with no gatekeeping. If you fly to India and you come to my cave, then I'll show you something. Like, no, not necessary. I mean, later, if you want to spend thousands of dollars and go to India and not see any results, up to you. But I would, if you resonate with Kriya Yoga, I would sign up for our free 7-day trial. Try it out for 7 days. You know, who knows? You know.
I have to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you have to
Okay,
go?
no problem, Brendan.
Yeah, I got my microphone. But I will be here tomorrow, so.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. Join us for our real Gurupurnima celebration tomorrow. It should be a good one.
Yes.
And send in all your problems. Veronica sent me a whole page today, so we burned them up all, right? 2 pages, even more, right? So whatever you're going through, Brendan, and you want burned up in the fire, tomorrow's a special day, Gurupurnima, and we'll burn them all up, you know? No limit. So however long it is, go into as much detail. If you want it private or public, and we'll definitely burn it up so it no longer serves you in the present moment.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brendan.
See you
Have a great day.
God bless you guys.
God bless
God
you.
bless
Always
you
a
too.
pleasure having you.
Jai Babaji.
Well, do you want to play the Holy Yagna
Yeah, that's
video?
a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so for people out there watching this live stream and don't know what I'm talking about, this is my yagna. This is like a fire pit where we do our holy fire every new moon and every full moon of every month. And tomorrow is Gurupurnima, so we celebrate our gurus, and we will also have a holy yagna fire. So I made a short video so you could see our members send in their problems. They email them to me, and I read their problems out, and I burn it in the holy fire so it no longer serves them. You see it go up in smoke. So it's a benefit from joining our Kriya Yoga School Masterclass. And if you sign up right now in our 7-day trial, you could send me an email, and I will burn your problems up tomorrow, you know? So you have no reason to not sign up. Sign up for our free 7-day trial. Email me your problems, and I'll burn it up with all of our members' problems tomorrow. So this is the video. of one of our members, Tony. I'm burning up his problems so you could see actually how it worked. He emailed it to me, and now on the new moon or the full moon, I burn it up in the fire. Our brother Tony Koo from Sacramento, California, USA, public. Burn in the Yagna holy fire, burn away all subconscious beliefs, programs that no longer serve me. I have no longer identify or attached to any past beliefs. Lack, unworthiness, guilt, fear, judgment, past ego, attachments, doubt, negativity, and resistance. Burning all Tony's problems in the holy Yagna fire. Jyoti, 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 Soyam, Jyoti, 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 Param, Swaha. Next. So as you see, Tony sent in his problems. I burned them up. So if you have going through something and you have some problems, you want it burned up in the fire so it no longer serves you, sign up right now. Free 7-day trial. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. Click the red button. Start your free 7-day trial right here. And yeah, I'll send you a link to join us in the Holy Yagna Fire. And I'll give you my email and you could send me your problems and I'll burn them up. And you could watch it live tomorrow.
We have Joe Kansas here. He says, Namaste. Happy Gurupurnima, Vedagurudev. Many thanks to you and this community of like-minded souls. Nice.
Thank you, Joe Kansas, for being a member of our Kriya Yoga School Masterclass. And whatever problems you're going through, send them on over to my email and I'll burn them up. You know, I'll actually send the link and everything after this. And yeah, send them over. I'll burn them all up, whatever problems you have. So it's a benefit from being a member of our Kriya Yoga School. So whatever health problems, financial problems, family problems, emotional problems, send them on over. You know, I'll burn them up. That's my job. It no longer serves you. It's very satisfying to hear all your problems and just watch it go up in smoke. So we're doing that in a couple hours, right? You know, 8-10 hours from now. So sign up right now and I'll get your requests in and I'll burn them up tonight. You got time.
Yeah, mine, I put a lot of detail in it. I have a job interview tomorrow. So, and it's like 5 hours after the Holy Yagna fire. So I put the time, the date, the street address it's on, the people that are interviewing me, as much detail as I could. And I made it public.
Nice.
I think makes it more powerful because then everybody else is like rooting for me. So I think I don't know, to me, I think it makes it more powerful if you make it public with our members. So yeah, that's why my is so long that I gave to you. I put in a lot of detail.
I look forward to reading it tonight, my time, in the next couple hours. Yeah, so yeah, when you put as much detail in it as possible, it makes it more profound. It kind of zeroes in to where it is, right? Because you don't want to say, God, I want to win the lottery, right? He's like, well, what day or when does it happen or how much or which lottery ticket did you buy? So I like to really kind of lean into it and give as much detail as possible. Like, this is happening on this day at this time, you know, and this is how it's going to happen. And this is going to be the vehicle. So, yeah. So if you want to see how the Yagna works, sign up for our free 7-day trial, Kriya Yoga Masterclass. And we'll burn it up gladly for you. And like Brendan said, or Joe Kansas said, it's good to be around like-minded people and who you could talk to. Once you're on the spiritual path, I had this problem when I was on the spiritual path. Like, who do you talk to?
Yeah.
My mother thinks I'm nuts. My child thinks I'm nuts. My brother thinks I'm nuts, right? Like, what are you talking about, Babaji? Like, what you gone crazy? So it's good to we have like a walled garden or like a sacred sanctuary in our Kriya Yoga School community where like-minded people uplift each other. Rising tides lifts all boats. So we would love to have anybody who resonates with this in our Kriya Yoga School family. So go to kriyayogamasterclass.com and sign up for your free 7-day trial. Try it out for 7 days. If you like the value we give and the benefits we give, and then continue the journey. And I'll walk this path, and I'll try to get you the best results and make it as most effective as possible. That is my true blessing and honor, and that is my promise to you.
So I have a question for you. I keep hearing people saying that when you say Amen, it's the same energy as Om, but to me, I feel like Om's more powerful. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of biased. I'm a Kriya yogi, so Om all day, every day. You know, like I would say Om is what they call the primordial sound of the universe, right? So like all the mantras we say always start with Om. So it's basically opening the universe. So you have a direct phone line to whatever deity you're calling. My guru used to say, call Babaji's direct phone number, right? Like we're not doing any fluff. We're going straight to the source, you know? So Om is the primordial sound of the universe, or they would say the first sound in the universe, right? So like, that's why all the mantras start with Om, but basically it's opening the universe so you have a direct connection. Or just saying Om alone is very powerful, right? I mean, when I went to the Himalayan mountains, it just had a 24-hour day vibration of Om, right? Thousands of millions of yogis have said Om in the Himalayan mountains. It just resonates. It vibrates with Om 24 hours a day. Like it's a 24-hour day vibration of Om, right? So I would definitely say Om is more powerful to me personally than Amen, but Amen is good too, you know? Like in our Shakti mantra, we say Amen just to give respect to all the bijas for all different spiritual traditions, you know? So, I mean, if Amen really uplifts you, then it's good. But I'm more of a Om guy myself.
Yeah.
But tomato, do whatever works for you. If Amen resonates and makes you feel good and gets you into a higher state of consciousness, by all means, you know, it's not one size fits all, right?
Yeah.
So if Om gets you into a beautiful state, a oneness with the universe, then by all means say Om. So, you know, tomato, whichever works best for you, that is the best technique, I would say.
So I've got a comment and a question.
Yes.
So the comment is, I heard that Amen came back from the Egyptian days of the pharaohs, and it was like worshiping the sun. They were like, Amen was something about, you know, saluting the sun, but I heard that. But the question is, okay, so, you know, I do believe like the government and such has been in contact with extraterrestrials, and that we've captured some and we've questioned them, and we have asked them about religion, like what is their religion, blah blah blah, and about God in specific also, like, you know, do they believe in God, blah blah blah. And the answer was that they did believe there was God, but they are more like it's a source, and they said that God was non-personal. So that's my question. Do you think God is personal or non-personal? And when I say that, I really don't know, like, if there was a God that created this universe, and above that is source, the other, you know, the main God, you know, the prime creator, whatever you want to call it. But so basically that prime creator, I'm just wondering if he's personal. Like, would he actually, will you meet him? Like, would he like manifest or, you know, speak to you or whatnot? What do you think about that?
Well, that is a deep question. And all my questions with God, you know how they start. A God defined as a God can find, you know? So I would say, in my intuition, I find it highly unlikely that God is personal. He has too much on his plate, right? He's not going to say, Well, it's 10 a.m. in Thailand. I'm going to go visit Vedagurudev, and God is beyond that. And I don't even think God has a time constraint, or like he's beyond time, so like for him to be personal with you or anybody, I find that highly unlikely. So I more resonate with what the aliens say, that it's more of an energy, it's more of a frequency, it's more of a vibration, like a source, than it is a personal kind of transmission. It's more of a universal transmission than a personal transmission. My guru used to say, you go to God, God don't come to you, right? So it's almost your job as a yogi or whatever spiritual tradition you believe in to align yourself with God, go to him. He's not going to come to you. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell God, like, God has too much on his plate. Don't come to me. I go to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at it. Like, our job is a human being having a spiritual experience is to align ourselves with God, not for God to come down to us. My guru always used to say, we bring our energy all the way up to our crown or our eyebrow chakra, so God, we can have tea with God, right? God's not going to, if we're in lower emotions, God, our temple is not clean enough for God to give us an audience, We need to keep our energy high, and if we're lucky, God can meet us on our crown chakra for tea, right? So that's in all Kriya yoga, all the Kriyas we're doing are bringing our energy up, bringing our energy up. So we're aligning ourselves, we're centering ourselves with the God connection, So I would say we go to God, God doesn't come to us. That would be my best intuition, right? So God has way too much, and he's beyond our Maya delusional 3D kind of world, that I find it hard to believe that he's going to be like, 10:30 a.m. in Thailand, I'm going to go meet Vedagurudev. He lives at this address, and God is beyond all that, right? So I'm not even going to try to make God go through any of that. I'm going to do my best inner work and align myself with God as much as I can. So I go to him. He don't come to me. God is the boss. I'm not God's boss. I go to him. You know what I'm saying? He don't come to me, right? And I don't even want him to come to me. I said, don't worry. I'm going to do my inner work. I'm going to raise my frequency and align myself with you. And I'm going to kind of tune my radio dial into the God frequency with no static, make a clear connection as possible. And I'll come to you. You don't come to me. I mean, you're God. God doesn't work for me. I work for him. So I'm going to him. I'm not even requesting him to come to me. A lot of people, I've probably told this story before. I was at a Kriya yoga initiation, and they asked us, what do you want the most out of Kriya yoga? And it was, everybody said they wanted to see Babaji. And it came to me, and I said, I don't really have any expectations. And people were so surprised. You don't want to see Babaji? No, I don't want to see Babaji. He's busy. He's raising the consciousness with Jesus and all the other ascended masters of the universe. He does not, that's an ego play. Babaji, if you're real, come and see me. No, I'm perfectly fine. Do your work, Babaji. There's people that need your help way more than me. So yeah, I go to Babaji. Babaji don't come to me, or I don't even request him to come to me, right? Maybe if I'm in a bad situation and I really need Babaji's help, I will request Babaji's presence, but it's not necessary. Babaji, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. If I need to see you, I'll go to you. I don't want you to come here. You got too much on your plate. You're doing all the heavy lifting. Keep up the good work. I celebrate Babaji on Gurupurnima. You're doing the best job out of all of it, right? All the glory to Sadhguru Babaji, So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I would say God is not God is beyond a personal level. It's more of a universal cosmic energy that's beyond my comprehension. I would say it's more of an ego play to say God came and visit me in this day and this time, and you know, don't put that on God's plate. God's got enough work. He has to make sure the sun comes up tomorrow, you know. So I would say go to God. Don't make God come to you. So if you're expecting God to come to you, you might be waiting a long time. It was conveyed to me by higher astrological beings that they're not on the same time constraint as us, right? So for them to come on demand is almost highly unlikely, because what might be 10 years to us might be 10 seconds to them on wherever they're at. Who knows, you know? So I would kind of say the aliens have a good point that it's more of a universal energy, and it's trying to put God in a box with a name or a dogma or a spiritual tradition. I really think he's beyond that, in my opinion. You know, I will say this: the archangels. I asked them a question, and it was about religion, and they basically conveyed short and sweet: we are beyond religion, right? You know, that's not, you know, we don't subscribe to any religion. The universal God consciousness, the oneness, you know, more like that. So yeah, I would say the aliens got a good point. You know, it's a bitter pill to swallow, because you know what you've been taught your whole life. But I like when they say in yoga, Jesus is not a Christian, Buddha is not a Buddhist. So these are things that came afterwards.
So that,
and
you know,
maybe
that makes sense to me. And, you know, I respect the aliens because, you know, they probably know more than I do. But, you know, somebody did come to you, you know, so God has apparently his emissaries that do interact with us. And like, who gives them their marching orders, and how do they like communicate with God? And like, is there like one, like we were talking about, like, is there a God of this universe like Brahma that created this? God created him, and then he created this universe. So maybe Brahma would in fact be personal, but the source would not be. So I don't know. I'm still a little confused on the topic, if you know what I mean.
I like when Krishna says, I think it's in the Bhagavad Gita or one of these Vedic stories, Krishna comes to Brahma and he goes, which Brahma are you? And that's when Brahma realized that he was many forms and many dimensions, right? Like, oh, I thought I was the only Brahma, but there's many millions of Brahmas. There's infinite Brahmas out there, right? Krishna played a joke on him, like, which Brahma are you?
Right.
I'm the only one. Wrong. I've met millions of Brahmas in my time. So like, yeah, it kind of puts it into perspective. I would say, to answer that question as best as I can, God is so infinite that it would be hard for him to reduce himself to a lower being. That's why you get audiences of like ascended masters or astral beings as like his ambassador or his, like Tom Campbell says, a chip off the old block, right? A little chip for you to see the whole block, too much. It's going to blow your light bulb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll give you a form that you resonate with, or you can align yourself. That's why it was kind of funny when I had an audience of archangels. They didn't have anything to go by, you know? So they're like, all right, we'll just show him the form, you know? And when I asked about the seraphim, they didn't know what form to show me because I had no preconceived notion, right? So let's say they would scan my brain. What does this guy think a seraphim looks like? He doesn't have any anything. He never thought about it. So like, I just like, show your true form, you know? Don't worry, I'm not gonna be scared. And it was kind of a second like, this guy really wants to see the true form. I hope he's ready for it. Maybe he's not. Let's go. Let's give it a try, you know? And I was open to it because I've had many experiences in the Himalayan mountains where I'm not attached to the form. I'm attached to more of the inner energy, right? You're carrying God energy. You are my brother. I don't care how many eyeballs you have or wings, or doesn't matter. Doesn't scare me at all. I enjoy your inner energy and your presence, you know, and your essence. So yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it. So I would say what you said is right in my intuition. Like, God is so omnipresent and powerful that it would blow your light bulb just to see a 1% of God, right? So like, and you know, in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna told Krishna, let me see your true form. And he showed it to Arjuna, and he said, stop, you know, too much, right? I can't take it, you know? So that's kind of how I look at God. Like, let me send a little bit that this guy could resonate with to give him the message. And in a way, his biological monkey mind can understand, right? Because just enough to guide him on the path, I would say, right? You know? So I would say what you true. They do have, I mean, they wouldn't say this, but they do have a hierarchy where they send the foot soldiers from the higher astrological planes or realms, the higher realms, to meet with people who are open to it on the lower realms, you know? And it's not like a long conversation. It's like short to the point, you know? Like, you know, like, do you have religions where you're at? No religion. One with God, you know, something like that. They would, you know? And yeah, so I would say what you say is true. The God basically breaks off a little piece, and that comes in the form of a littler piece as an astrological being, and they give you an audience, right? So
yeah, that kind of brings it into perspective, and yeah, I think that's a good explanation. So, do you think one day we might create our own universes? And if so, what would yours look like?
What would my universe look like?
Yes.
A happy, blissful place, peace, love, harmony, you know, no war, no murder, no harming, no violence, just a blissed out heaven kind of realm, you know, a yogic paradise, a yogic sanctuary, you know, everybody loves each other. There's no jealousy. There's no lower emotions. It's peace and harmony, and a beautiful sanctuary to love each other and uplift each other, and no need for lower emotions or harm or fighting or jealousy or anger or guilt. Just peace and love, you know? I know that sounds like a hippie's perspective, but that sounds very beautiful to me, right?
Okay, would there be any danger involved? Would there be death
No.
and pain? You know, like,
no, none, zero. Right? If I could choose and I make my own, I'm the director of my own movie and my own creation, danger, death, murder, war have no place in my happy place, you know, in my beautiful sanctuary. So if they told me
your universe,
everybody's welcome in my universe when that day comes, right? We have a mini universe in our Kriya Yoga Masterclass if you want to join, free for 7 days, right? So yeah, that would be my perspective. It would be Shambhala, right? That would be the closest way I could say it in the 3D physical form, right?
So my only
Shambhala.
problem with your vision is, say I'm playing a video game. I have an avatar in a game, but as it is, I have no skin in the game. So I will just do whatever I want in that game just to see what happens. I might be evil or I might do whatever. So in that universe that you created, there's just I don't know, it's like there's no skin in the game. There's no no threat of me dying. So, I don't know. There's just something in us that I don't know, makes us, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say in my universe there is no skin in the game. So it's not like this Maya delusional world where you have to evolve your soul or level up your soul. It's just 24 hours a day blissed out yogi. So that would all be deleted also. No soul evolution, not necessary. No skin in the game, not necessary. Peace and love always, right? So that is more for this realm. My realm has none of that, right? So my realm is this Shambhala. It's this blissed out yogis, 24 hours a day, loving each other, helping each other. So there is no need for skin in the game or leveling up or, evolving your soul or entropy or any of that stuff. If I could create it how I want, right?
Which you can.
Yeah. You're right. I can. We have
when you think about infinity, like we're just going to keep evolving, and maybe that's what this is all about. Well, we're learning how to be gods of our own universes, right now, and who knows? I mean,
yeah,
it's infinite and eternal. It blows my mind. Like it's just unfathomable. Like that any possible thing could be and is. It's just, and time doesn't really exist. So it's all happening right now. You've already ascended or whatever, somewhere else you're already ascended. And yeah, it's like you said, it's like our little minds just cannot grasp these concepts fully.
Yeah, and I like what you said. You be a god of your own universe. That sounds beautiful to me. I'm actually meditate on that and contemplate. That is a profound thought and a profound statement that I need to contemplate on that. Yeah. But yeah, in our school we have a great class. It's called Ananda Bliss Meditation, which is basically going to your happy place. So yeah, if you want some techniques or some visualization, we have it in our school. It's free for 7 days. So yeah, I definitely like that concept, right? Like we're the god of our own universe and we control what we control. And lower emotions and war, death, murder have no place in your happy place, So when you kind of realize that you are the creator of your happy place, you could make it however you want, and don't let somebody else's chaotic minefield become your minefield. So you make your happy place exactly how you want. You want birds, make them however you want. You want flowers, make them however you want. You want bodies of water, lake, ocean, make it however you want, So the problem is a lot of people let other people's visualization or their perception become their perception. When you begin to realize that it is infinite, it is unlimited, and the only thing is holding you back is you're holding yourself back. You're getting in your own way. Then you could really open your mind to infinite possibilities. Most people, let me tell you a story about God. But if you have your own perception and your own connection with God, their stories have no meaning for you, Like that's his story, right? Not my story. I don't need no middleman in between me and God. A direct connection, right? So let me tell you a story about God. No thanks. I have my own visualization and my own perception of what the source or God is. You know what? You know, let me tell you what God's name is. You know, no thanks. I got my own name that I like to call God. It all goes to the same place anyway. So when you kind of make your own movie and you walk your own spiritual path, then no one can tell you what God is, because you know what God is inside you as you. You've tested it, you've observed it, you've experienced it, so you know it, right? So their stories have no meaning. My guru used to say, don't get attached to the stories. These are good stories about the campfire, but they're not going to do your inner work for you, right? It's good to tell around the campfire when you got, you know, when you're telling stories, but it's not going to do your inner work for you. Some of the stories give you some breadcrumbs or some pointers of your true inner potential, but most of them are good, just good stories. So do your inner work, write your own book, write your own story, and live your own truth and realize your own true inner potential. That's why it's called self-realization. We're realizing our inner self. We're not realizing somebody else's inner self. We're realizing our inner self. So if you kind of have that perception that you are the creator of your movie and you can make it as blissful as possible, you could call God whatever name you want. There are no rules. There are no guardrails. There's no regulations. It's unlimited. You will have a blissful, happy place with no rules and regulations. That's why when Paul said, is there murder, war, and danger? I said, not in my happy place. No rules and regulations, right? And that concept goes in yoga a lot, right? That's why we do this technique called Sudhi. We're always trying to clean out our ashram or our temple and make sure there's no dirt that follow us into meditation. So we're always letting go of all thoughts before we go in meditation. What am I going to eat for dinner today? Detach, let go. What Kim Kardashian wear to the Grammys? Detach, let go. Who's going to win the NBA Finals? Detach, let go. Detach, let go. Detach, let go. Any more? Clear. Okay. Now I'm going to go into meditation, and I have no thoughts that follow me into meditation. So it's a more emptiness. It's a more state of being that is greatly realized when you don't have the distractions of the mental clutter, the monkey mind inside you as you.
My two detach, let goes right now are they're going to quit Diddy, detach, let go. And the Epstein list was not true. The FBI says now, oh, no, there's no list. You know, like all these things I was looking for. I'm like, no, detach, let go. Nobody's going to get prosecuted for Epstein. Diddy's going to go free, you know, detach, let go.
Yeah. Well, here comes Lucy with her football, and Charlie Brown's coming to kick it once again, you know? So I don't know, you know, like I would just look at the world on the stage of life as like you look at as you watch a movie in a movie theater. You're sitting in the audience, but you don't feel you're in the movie. You're kind of, you have that suspension of disbelief. You just kind of watch the pictures go by and say, oh, that was interesting. I'm not trying to change the movie, you know. Who knows? Diddy had 1 million bottles of baby oil, but they couldn't convict him. He's the Teflon diddler. He gets away with everything. So I don't know, you know, like the government likes the clout too, you know. So in my opinion, how they went wrong, they tried to convict him on RICO. Like RICO, the guy's a freak, you know. He's not a good guy, but he's not John Gotti or I don't know who are these other El Chapo, or you know, you don't have no conspiracy. So they try to shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars. They maybe hit the moon, right? It happens. They try to throw the book at you. Sometimes they lose. And you know, I like it when the so-called elites, the so-called gatekeepers, they lose. You know, right? You're not untouchable. You lose sometime. They like to say the federal government has 95% conviction rate to scare you. Oh, I better make a deal. They never lose, right? They just lost again. Good. I like it when the devil loses too, you know? So these are bad people hurting other people, you know, like Diddy's not off scot-free anyway, you know what I'm saying? He's a bad guy, you know? If I see him walking down the street, I'm going the other way, right? I don't want to be around these type of people, whether they convict him or not, right? I just don't like his energy, you know? Like people who treat women that way, I don't want to be around them. Let's say it like that. So Epstein, same thing, right? Anybody who hurts a child, evil people, right? If you showed up at my house with a Brinks truck with $10 million, say you got to hurt this child for this $10 million, I said, take your money and get out of here. You know, your money is no good over here, right? So people that sell their soul for money or some fairy dust paper, toilet paper money, I can't resonate with them, you know? So both, you know, like what do you call it? Diddy has these freak offs where he likes to watch his girlfriend do certain things with other people. It's just gross. It's just dirty. It's ugly, right? I don't want to be nowhere around these devils, right? Epstein too. I bring underage children for my friends in power to have their way with these children. It's so gross, you know? Oh my God, it's so nasty, you know? Like, but I have $100 million in the bank. I don't care. You're nasty. You're dirty. You're ugly. You're evil. Only evil people do that, right? Like, so that's kind of how I look at it. Like, and you know, that's like me trying to call the police on my brother, right? You know, they're all in it together, right? So obviously they're going, you know, they're going to say they're going to get to the bottom of it, but do they really? I don't know, you know? It's Lucy pulling the football, right? Like, we're in this inner circle and this elite circle. We don't snitch on each other, right? What happened in the Epstein file? I don't know. He killed himself. Who knew? But what about the video camera? Oh, you know, these things happen. I don't know. What can you do? You know? What happened with Diddy? I don't know. He couldn't convict him. You know? He's too slick. He's got too much baby oil on him. I can't catch him. You know? He slips out of my hands, you know? So I don't know. It's like I said, Lucy with the football. Here comes Charlie Brown. Today is my day. I'm gonna kick that football. Whoop! Once again, right? The Epstein files are coming out tomorrow. Oh, nothing to see over here. No, he hung himself. No information. Case closed, right? So I don't know, you know.
So, another thought I had was that evil is like a cancer, you know. Cancer just, it takes, consumes, grows, and then eventually the host dies, and along with it dies the cancer. So evil really makes no sense to me. It's like, it's counterproductive. You're hurting the whole, and you're a part of that, and eventually what you're surviving off of is going to die because, you know, you've sucked it dry. So it's just, you know, it makes no sense whatsoever.
It is like a cancer too, because once you start going down that road, how would I put this? Some people who do crimes think they're going to come out, right? I'm just going to do this last one and I'm going to come out. But it consumes you. You get attached to the fame, the wealth, the power, the girls and whatever, right? So it is a cancer that you can't stop, because once you're in it, you have it, right? And it's almost like you turn into like a zombie, like an evil zombie, and you just gotta hurt people and just do bad things. So yeah, I would definitely say it's like a cancer, and you don't want to go down that road, because it's hard to come back from that road, right? Many people haven't made it back. So I would definitely say it is definitely a cancer that consumes you. But if you have the right perspective, like I live in peace and harmony and love. Anytime you see something that's like violence or harm or evil, it's almost dirty to you. It's like, it stinks. Get away, you know? So
I have a comment from Zain Ahmed. He says, LOLX, it's true. They are just sucking our louche energy, just a waste of time and energy. Yep, I agree.
yeah, well, don't give them no louche,
Yeah.
Live in peace and harmony and love. They hate love. It tastes bad to them. Evil, harm, violence tastes good to them, Don't give them what they want. Dissolve it as much as they can, right? So make your energy taste bad to people who feed on your energy, right? Let's say it like that. So yeah, don't feed in it. And if you want better energy or higher frequency, join our free Kriya Yoga school, freekriyayoga.com. And we have a 7-day trial on our paid school, 100% free, kriyayogamasterclass.com. But yeah, I think Zane is a member in our free school. So thank you for being a member of our free school.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
if you want to go to the next level and raise your energy, we got millions of techniques in our Kriya Yoga school. And we have live classes where you could interact with me every day. You could ask me whatever you want. If you want to talk about louche for 2 hours, let's do it. So I make myself readily available to all of our Kriya Yoga school members. And actually last night we started another class. It's called Soul Coaching Inner Circle, where it's not recorded or anything. Me and Veronica were on there last night and we just talk about whatever. If you're going through something and you need some help, you could always book a call with me, and I'm available 24 hours a day for all of our Kriya Yoga School members. And if you want, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. No, 9 a.m.
What did you? Let me look real quick. How did you word it?
I think we did last night was the first one for me, so I forgot what the time is.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern. You sure 10 p.m.? Maybe 10 a.m.
That's the text you sent me. It says
maybe 10 p.m.
Soul Coaching Inner Circle call, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Because I think it was 10 p.m. for me. I think I messed up. Maybe it was. Okay. Well, it's on the calendar. It's on the calendar. All our events are on the calendar. All our live streams. We do 2 live streams a week. We have a Saturday class, and we have this new private call where you could get on a call with me and talk about whatever. So yeah, a lot of value. Plus our community. We have a very interactive community. Kyle and Veronica and Paul post videos all day. I wake up to hundreds of notifications, so it's a wealth of information in there every day.
Yeah.
Also, I post daily Babaji quote, daily satsang. Like we use these satsangs, we edit it. So yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot of value for what we give. So yeah, try it out. If you don't have money, or you're going through financial hardships right now, go to freekriyayoga.com. Join our free Kriya Yoga school. We almost have 200 members in that one.
Yeah.
And then we have our paid school community where we give wholeheartedly all the techniques. So there's hundreds of techniques. Every month, new moon and full moon, Yagna fire, burn up all your problems. 2 live streams, Saturday weekly class. It usually goes 2 hours, and yeah, so let's get you the help and you need. So
I don't know. I've been having an interesting thought. Been thinking that all of this is just a dream that God's having, and this isn't real. And it's just like we're a part of the dream, and like sometimes we can control our dreams and move things around. That I don't know. Kind of feel like I just don't even want to attach myself to any of this. It's just a dream. It's not real. I don't know. That's another way of looking at all of this. Maybe
Somewhere
we're just
in the voice of Babaji relating to that, like I read a quote. He was talking to somebody was, I guess, questioning Babaji, and he said something or like eventually you'll get to the point where you realize that you're nothing but a thought or something like that. And I was like, wow, that's kind of profound, you know.
Yeah, my guru would say like dreams are like clouds passing in the sky. Just enjoy the movie while you can and just don't get attached to it. Just look at it as like clouds passing in the sky. As a dream of God, I mean, that's way above my pay grade. I'll say it again, disclaimer. A God defined is a God can find. I have no clue what God is dreaming of, you know, like
maybe you do.
Maybe I do, you know, like maybe I should contemplate it and meditate on it more. But yeah, like it could be. There's so many infinite possibilities, and it's so unlimited. Like I can't even say. Like I'm just trying to navigate my own human experience, being a spiritual being, and do my inner work as best as I can without any kind of attachment. So like I don't know, like I kind of just look at dreams like clouds passing in the sky. In yoga, the highest state of the dream state is called Turiya, right? Turiya is like where you begin to control your dreams, right? Like you can actually become the director of your dreams. So this is a higher state that yogis try to go to, including me. When I sleep, I try to go in a Turiya state. But you begin to realize that, like what you Paul said in the voice of Babaji, you begin to realize that thought or that attachment you let go of eventually anyway. So you just kind of don't even really try to make sense of any of it. Just try to stay as empty as possible. So yeah, I would definitely agree with Babaji, which I always do. He always knows best. So even the thought would dissipate one day also.
Yeah. Yeah, when we're
actually, let me turn my fan. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Is that shaking the camera or not, right?
It doesn't look like it's shaking. It looks okay.
All right. Because when that fan hits the table, then it starts to shake like we had before.
I don't know, it looks okay.
All right. Keep moving.
So
this is all live.
Something that's kind of perturbing me that I did today was, you know, so I'm married, you know, to this girl from the Philippines, Angelica, and it's almost close to 2 years, and I've put, you know, I applied for her visa. It's taken all this time. Like I can totally identify with the immigrants. Like if I, a military veteran, cannot bring my wife here, it takes like almost 2 years. So it's like frustrating me to the, you know, to the highest degree. And anyway, so I wrote a letter to my congressman, but the bad part that I did also, and then I also contacted them. I said, this is disgraceful, you know, blah, blah, blah. But so my daughter, my eldest daughter, works for immigration, doing the very thing that this whoever's got my file is doing, and she actually works at the very office. She lives in Nebraska, and so And I was like hesitant. I don't really want to ask her to like, and I don't even know if she can because you know the government. But today, and I've kind of like hinted at it before, you know, like. But today I was just like so fed up. I said, you know, I don't know if you can or you can't, and you know, our relationship is a bit, I don't know, because you know, she was only like 2 when I was divorced from her mom, and then her mom took her to another state, so I could not visit her. So we're not as close like I am with my other 2 kids. Well, mainly my daughter, because my son's just, you know, he's a mama's boy, but um but yeah, so I don't know if I should have like asked her to intervene, you know, or if I'm pushing, pushing her, or you know, it feels like I'm creating tension between us by asking her to help me. But anyway, I did do that. So I know later I'm going to be like, I shouldn't have done that. You know, I shouldn't ask her, you know, because she knows my situation. If she wanted to help and she was able to, I would think she could do it, unless she just, and also I think she's jaded because she's an immigration officer and she sees a lot of people getting scammed, and she didn't even think I should be marrying this girl because she's younger, and you know, the gold, you know, maybe they're gold diggers. They're just gonna come over here, use you, and then just find a younger person and you know, divorce you or whatever. Anyway, and of course that is a possibility, but I know this girl and I don't believe that, you know. So what do you think about that?
I would just live with no regrets. I would put out in the universe, and who knows what happens, you know? Like, you don't want other people's karma to become your karma. So you just do whatever you want with no expectations, wholeheartedly, and don't get attached to it. And I like when they say in yoga, when you try to manifest something, you put it out in the universe and you let the universe fill in the steps. So basically, you just put it out there, give it to her, and that's all you can do. Like, if she wants to do it or not, that's kind of her karma, you know? But you don't really want to have no expectations, you know? It'd be nice. I'm your father. If you could help me out here, you know? But
right.
if you're still holding on to what happened in the past, then hopefully we could bury that hatchet and let bygones be bygones and move on, you know? But I don't know. It's difficult, you know? And then other people say, I don't think you should have did this or you should have did that. But at the end of the day, I'm your father and I'm asking you for some help. Whatever happened in the past, I'm sorry for, but I live in the present moment. And if you could help me out or submit my papers, that'd be greatly appreciated. And maybe we could turn over a new leaf, you know? Here's my number. I'm still your father. Call me anytime, you know? I'll leave it up to you, you know? But if you could help me out, that would be greatly appreciated, you know?
That's kind of what I said, you know, in not so many words, but yeah. So we'll see what happens, you know. But yeah, I shouldn't really have any regrets.
Yeah.
But I just shot out 3 messages to the universe. Get my wife here, please. So hopefully she will do that.
Yeah. Burn it in the fire tomorrow too.
I understand, like, in my case, to bring my Thai partner to America, they want a big stack of papers. They want to see bank accounts. They want to know you're coming back. Like, what do you own? I own a car. Okay, this person's probably going to come back. How long are you going to stay? So I had to show up at the U.S. Embassy with a stack of papers like this big. Like, what do you need all this for? You know, like, you know, we should want to go to America to visit, but yeah, who knows, you know?
Wow.
I mean, the visa is probably way more intense, like, to actually go and live in America. Whew. And, you know, with, I don't know what they're doing at immigration now that Trump's in office, but Yeah, I feel your pain. I know it's a difficult process for sure, right? It's a time consuming, frustrating headache process. The US immigration for sure.
Absolutely.
And they have this mindset like, we're America. Why should we let you in America? Okay, well, I did everything you need. I served in the US military. Can just throw me a bone, you know what I'm saying? Like I, I made the ultimate sacrifice. I served for my country, and should just rubber stamp it. What are these questions?
That's my thinking.
But yeah, I told Veronica the other day, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. So I wish they would work the way they work. They don't,
I don't know. Zane had a comment. He said that when I think about this dream deeply, my identity dissolves. Yeah.
Yeah. In day one of Kriya Yoga, we dissolve our identity. I am not my car. I am not my bank account. I am not my country. I am not my flag. So it gives you this detached perspective that whatever happens in this Maya delusional world, dream included, you're not attached to it, or you don't identify with it. So yeah, it's good when you have that detached perspective of dissolving your identity in the dream state, in the awake state, in any state you're in. When you go into meditation, it's always good to dissolve all thoughts, all dream, anything, right? You kind of stay in that state of being, that empty state, without any attachments or any thoughts or anything. You're just kind of being alone inside you as you. I like to say is like having tea with God inside you as you, right? You're just aligning yourself. You have no thoughts. You have nothing you need to do. You just alone with your thoughts.
Yeah. I was thinking of things like,
without your thoughts.
Yeah. Thinking of things that get us when we are able to drop our thoughts. Some examples like when I meditating, when I can get myself deep enough, I can drop the ego and have no thoughts. When
True.
I'm dreaming, I can do that. And when I'm so absorbed into like a project, I'm not even thinking about anything. I can drop the ego thoughts. And then I was thinking, when I do mantra japa, when I'm just so focused on the chant, I can like drop it. I was just thinking, I don't know, that or maybe when you're mountain climbing, you're like just thinking, I don't want to die. But I don't know, it's a good feeling when you can just drop everything. But
and the majority of our kriyas in our Kriya Yoga School are this. We detach, let go. We drop all of our thoughts. We're not attached to it. Our techniques, when you focus your awareness on your breath or mantra japa, you don't have time for these other thoughts that don't really serve you. And you begin to have the detached witness perspective where you see these thoughts are just clouds passing in the sky. These are just waves on top of the ocean. But if you see yourself as the sky or as the ocean, you're unaffected by the clouds passing in the sky. So you begin to have this detached witness state where you're unaffected by it. And a lot of these techniques we have in our school really help you focus, where you don't have time for thoughts. You're focusing your awareness on your breath inside you as you. So you don't have time for these thoughts. So if you need some tools, join our Kriya Yoga School.
Yeah.
Free 7-day trial right now. And I'll try to get you the best results and the most effective results and answer your questions as best as I can wholeheartedly, So we'll walk this journey together. No yogi or yogini left behind.
I don't know, Zain Hamid, he says the ego doesn't want to lose its identity. The ego is scared. Yes, it is.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God. I could tell you when I first started on the path of Kriya Yoga, my first 3 months on the path of Kriya Yoga were a war, a 24-hour day war with my ego. It definitely does not want to lose. And me, I gave it too much food to eat. I had a fat ego. It ate cake every night. I had the most impure thoughts, and I treated my body like an amusement park. So my ego was so comfortable eating all that ego food I gave it every night. When I got on the path of Kriya Yoga, it hated it, and it fighted me all the way, right? I'm starting to get skinny. I'm starting to starve. This guy is detaching from the ego. I cannot have it. I'm going to fight him all the way to the gate. So for 3 months, we had nightly wars, me and my ego. And it definitely does not like to lose. You are absolutely right. Your ego does not want you to practice Kriya Yoga, does not want you to have any spiritual practice, any tools. It wants you to be totally attached to the Maya delusional material world, and so it could eat as much food as possible and get as fat as possible. But once you start practicing Kriya Yoga or any spiritual practice, you start dissolving your ego, and you start laughing at your ego like the joke it is, like, this guy, he's talking again. I don't listen to anything he says. But I can definitely tell you, ego hates Kriya Yoga or any spiritual practice, and it'll fight you in the beginning, and it'll put so many doubts and so many obstacles and roadblocks in your way and resistance. It's overwhelming in the beginning, but that's how it gets most people off the path. But if you just stay the course, put one foot in front of the other, if I could do it, you definitely could do it. You just got to commit or set like a sankalpa, which is an intention. I'm going to do this no matter what. I don't care what you say, ego. I'm going to be a Kriya yogi, and I'm going to try these techniques out and try to be the best person I can be. And then you'll make progress, right? But you can't attach to it. You can't even listen to it. I like when Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, your ego is always hiding behind that tree over there. Hello, friend. Can I come in? No, stay outside in the rain. Oh, sorry. Come back later. It's always around. It's looking for that door to come through, but don't give it the door. Just say, I'm going to elevate my awareness so high that the ego has no chance. I want to starve my ego. I want to make sure it has no food to eat. So, I'll always try to starve your ego. But yeah, your ego would definitely fight you in the beginning. But it happens to every yogi. Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Okay, related to what he had just asked about, he said, the ego is scared, so fear. So my biggest fear, I think, is the fear of the unknown. I do not know what's going to happen when I die. Will there be somebody there to greet me? I'm afraid maybe I'll be alone. I'll be lost. Who knows? Like, how do you get over fear in general, and especially fear of the unknown?
I would just say don't attach to fear. Like, let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. My guru always used to say, we're fearless yogis. We don't fear nothing, right? Because fear has a way to drag you into that pit of despair. Like, if you don't attach to it or you don't care, you can't really suffer from it. Because I would just say go with the flow and see wherever it takes you, and not, I wonder what's going to happen when I transcend my physical body. I don't know. Whatever's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. And I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But you begin to see fear, being scared or fearful of something doesn't help anything. That whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen anyway. So, and when you transcend your physical body, in my perception, you don't want to carry any of these lower emotions in there with you, right? You need to transcend in like a totally high vibration, high awareness, in a fearless state, in a blissful state, because that will give you a smooth transition. So you're going to have to drop all these fear, if you can, before you transition your physical body, right? Because that way you'll have a divine flight. You'll have a blissful flight. You don't want to have a rocky flight. this stupid fear followed you into your transcendence, right? Now you're having to wrestle with it inside your blissful experience, you know? So yeah, I would try to stay as fearless as possible. That's what my guru always used to say when I would ask him, like, well, what about if we die on the Himalayan mountains? There's been people who have died up there, you know. The Indian government made me sign a release form. If I die, they're not responsible. What if? He says, we're fearless yogis. We don't fear nothing, not even death. Like I always say, Babaji says in the voice of Babaji, death is death. Death is a joke to me. I am the death of death, right? We don't scare. We're not scared of death or anything. So always try to stay in a higher frequency, fearless state. That's what we always do as a yogi. And I always say this, even if it's the end of the world, let nothing shake your fearlessness or your samadhi, right? Like, all this chaos is going on around me. I'm still fearless. I'm not unaffected by it, right? And that way you really can't suffer, or you don't really have any dog in the fight. You don't really care. So it dissipates the scaredness and the fear, you know, because you know, what is the favorite tool of the elites? Fear. That's what they live in, right? So you shouldn't ever attach yourself to any fear, no matter what happens, right? Like, okay, you know, I'm out here in the ocean and the shark's going to eat me. That's the way it is. Let's go. You know, I've been waiting to transcend. I was always wondering what it's like to be eaten by Jaws. You know, I watched Jaws when I was younger. Let's see what it feels like, you know? All
Let's
right.
solve that mystery.
You're going to give me the lightning path to the divine flight. I'm still not going to be fearful. I'm just going to ride the wave, you know? All right. And Babaji, why are you here so soon, my child? I got ate by a shark. What can you do? You know? All right, let's get to work. You know, what time is the fire? You know? So, yeah, I would just stay fearless as possible always. The yogis always said that. No matter what happened, we just stay in a fearless state, because fear is kind of, you know, it's ego food. Ego loves that fear, right? Don't give it no food, starve it. So whatever happens, I'm not going to be in a state of fear. I'm not going to let it affect me. It takes some inner mastery to overcome fear, but it's possible, you know. Just stay in a fearless state, my friends.
Yeah, it seems
Stay
like
fearless.
it's mainly future thinking, you know, the scary things. So when am I, you know, how am I going to die? What's going to happen? Blah, blah, you know.
Yeah, like, but that's even funny. My guru used to say, future is imagination, past is memory. We stay anchored in the present moment. So you're worrying about something that hasn't even happened, or maybe never will happen. So it's almost like when you become the detached witness, you'd be like, I'm trying to make sense out of something that hasn't even happened, you know? I'm going to just stay fixed in the present moment, you know? Who knows what's going to happen in the future, you know? So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about the future. It's more like my guru says, imagination. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? Just try to be the best person you could be in the present moment, and how it plays out, that's how it plays out, and enjoy the ride, you know? It's a crazy ride for sure.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to go to sleep so I can get up for Gurupurnima.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yagna tomorrow. It's getting late here in Texas. So it's at 8:30, or what time is it?
8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so I think that would be 7:30 for me. So I really have to get to sleep.
Yeah. I'm going to get going soon too.
Sweet dreams, Paul. And
sweet
look
dreams.
Forward to seeing you in our big Gurupurnima celebration.
Great.
Tomorrow morning.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Babaji.
Jai Babaji.
Jai Babaji.
Sweet dreams.
Thank you.
How long have we been on here now?
2 hours and 33 minutes. I have a question for you.
Okay, yeah. Let me
Um,
get back in my stance.
yeah, if you want to relax. Zane asks, Dear Guru Dev Jai, is it possible to wake up from this dream without suffering? Hmm.
Yeah, if you're not attached to the dream, you wake up. You look at your dreams like clouds passing in the sky and like water under the bridge. Like you're not attached to it, so you won't suffer unless you're attached to it. If you don't care, how can you suffer? You know, like if you don't try to make sense of the dream, like, well, what can you do? It's like watching a movie on the big screen. Like you don't try to change the ending on the movie. You just enjoy the pictures going by. Like, oh, look at that. Iron Man flew through, he's fighting the Incredible Hulk. Who knew, You're not trying to change it. Like you're just witnessing it and then letting it pass, And so you won't suffer only if you attach to the dream will you suffer. So if you don't attach to the dream, it just clouds passing in the sky, water under the bridge, pictures on the movie screen just going by. You are the detached witness in the audience. You're not attached to the movie or the ending of the movie or trying to make sense of the movie. You're just watching the pictures go by, getting your popcorn, saying, interesting. Look,
Yeah.
who knew, Like you're not trying to change it or make it different. You're just watching the pictures go by. And if you have this more detached perception, your dreams will dissipate also. It won't have the pull or the effect that it used to. You're like, I don't care, Like when I was in the Himalayan mountains, I saw a lot of mystical things. I just didn't attach to it. I said, interesting. Went back in my tent and went to sleep. So I didn't try to make sense of it. I didn't try to dream about it. I didn't try to do anything. I just said, well, look at that, I got an audience of fairies, or I saw a yogi levitate today. Who knew, But I didn't try to make sense of it. I didn't really even try to talk about it, So same thing with dreams. Just don't try to make sense of it. Just let it pass. Let it pass, It's just clouds passing in the sky, water under the bridge, pictures on the movie screen.
I don't know. I saw something on the internet that is just really bothered me. It was just backwards thinking. I don't know. It was these Indian guys saying that women can't chant Om Namah Shivaya because it's too much male energy for them. And I say Om Namah Shivaya all the time, and I can handle it. And then I was thinking all these female Indian deities, they're very powerful. So I just feel like that culture, some of that culture is trying to like hold women down. But
they do say a lot of that. They were like, women cannot climb the Himalayan mountains, so they had like a restriction where women, but they don't listen to the Indian government. They climb anyway. So don't let anybody else's perception become your perception, or don't let their story become your story. If you love Shiva and you love saying Om Namah Shivaya, say it with the most bhava from your heart, wholeheartedly as possible. And who cares what these Indian guys say? They don't know you. They don't know your devotion or connection to Shiva. Don't let their dogma become your dogma, right? Their rules and their regulations, their gatekeeping and their guardrails. Like Shiva is for everybody, women and men. Who cares what you say? Who are you? The God police, right? God daddy, right?
God daddy.
Veronica in Sacramento, California is saying Om Namah Shivaya. We got to get we got to all cars to our house, right? Right? The God police, right? Don't let no one police your connection to God, right? Whatever anybody else says about God, yeah, sure. Look at it like a ghost story. Like, yeah, sure, right? I say Om Namah Shivaya 24 hours a day. Who are you to tell me otherwise? It makes me feel good. I don't want you to be a middleman between my connection to Shiva, right? And you begin to see like all these people who are talking about God and what you should and shouldn't do are spiritually bankrupt anyway, right?
Yeah.
They're just part-time suckers, They just go to church, go to temple once a week. Who are you to tell me, right? What I can and can't do. I'm a free bird. I will chant Om Namah Shivaya as loud as I can, with its most reverence and bhava as I can. And whatever your ghost story or your rules or regulations have no meaning to me. I am the king of my castle. I'm a free bird. I do whatever I want. And I don't want your dogma to become my dogma. I saw a bumper sticker one time. It was funny. It said, "My karma drove over your dogma," right? Which is basically means like, your dogma has no meaning over here, right? I don't want your religion to become my religion or your story to become my story. So I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm sure there are probably yogis out there that watch our videos or our live stream and they get a bitter taste in their mouth. Oh, this Vedagurudev, he don't know what he's
Yes.
talking about. He's not authentic. Blah, 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 blah. On and on and on, right? I don't care. I want to help as many people as possible. I don't want their rules to become my rules, right? I'll do whatever I please. I'm a free bird, So, and another video I wanted to play. We have a video about my guru, actually. So we'll play that now. So anybody that doesn't think I'm authentic, I'm a real Himalayan yogi, or I'm not true or real, or I'm not real on the path, we'll just play this video about my guru and my spiritual path, or my parampara and my lineage. And it explains it. And you'll see the videos in the Himalayan mountains and everything.
Yeah, this is perfect for Gurupurnima. Let's see. Right here.
Welcome. My name is Vedagurudev, and I am honored to be your teacher in this transformative practice of Kriya Yoga. I am an award-winning Himalayan yogi, holding the highest certification in Kriya Yoga instruction, recognized by India's most respected yoga acharyas. Since 2018, I have been teaching this profound spiritual science of Kriya Yoga to students all around the world, helping them unlock their inner potential, aligning with the divine. Who is Vedagurudev's guru? My revered guru is Swami Vedananda Saraswati. He is one of India's most respected yogis, swamis, and spiritual teachers. His ashram is located in Dwadahat in the state of Uttarakhand, India, nestled amidst the serene Himalayan mountains, near the sacred Babaji's cave. Swami Vedananda is not only a master of yoga, but also the author of several renowned books on the subject, sharing timeless wisdom with seekers worldwide. His teachings have profoundly shaped my spiritual journey and deepened my understanding of Kriya Yoga. What is Vedagurudev's lineage, parampara? My practice and teachings are rooted in an unbroken lineage of parampara, which signifies the uninterrupted transmission of Kriya Yoga knowledge, techniques, and values from one generation to the next. This Siddha tradition, known as Siddhanta, ensures the teachings remain pure and potent while adapting to the needs of the times. It is through this lineage that I not only learned the sacred techniques of Kriya Yoga, but I also absorbed the wisdom, energy, and the transformative power of the tradition directly from my beloved Sadguru Deva, Maha Avatar Babaji Nagaraj, the immortal fountainhead of Kriya Yoga. Why the name Vedagurudev? The spiritual name Vedagurudev was given to me by my guru as a part of sacred initiation called Name Diksha, during a profound experience in the Himalayan caves near Satupan Tau Lake in Varinath, India. What is Name Diksha? Name Diksha is a sacred initiation where my guru bestowed a spiritual name upon me, Vedagurudev. My name symbolizes a new spiritual identity, marking the commitment to the spiritual path, my alignment with higher truths. My guru intuitively chose the name Vedagurudev based on my energy, potential, and inner nature. Yeah, so there you have it. That's my guru. So anybody who wants to know who my guru is named Swami Vedananda Saraswati. His ashram is in Dwadahat in India in the Himalayan mountains. It's basically 10 kilometers away from Babaji's cave, which is also in Dwadahat. So where I got Name Diksha in Satupan Lake, which is in Barry Nat in the Himalayan mountains, almost elevation level to base camp of Mount Everest. It's on the border of Nepal and India. So I could literally throw a rock to Nepal. So yeah, and my beloved Sadhguru Deva is Maha Avatar Babaji. Right there. Ooh, he fell back. I didn't even see that. So
Oh no.
yeah. Yeah, so let me prop Babaji up again. All right. There you go. Okay. So yeah, and our lineage, our parampara is called Siddhanta, which comes from the Sita tradition, right? Sita means perfected ones, the highly evolved, perfected light beings. You know, Agastya, Bhoganantar, Patanjali, on and on and on. You know, so Dan Van Tree. So we come from a rich spiritual lineage. It's called parampara. That, as my guru would say, goes back to Adi Yogi, which is Lord Shiva himself, the very first yogi who developed the teachings of yoga. And Sita Agastya was one of the 7 rishis, so he got direct transmission directly from Lord Shiva himself. So this video is also in our free school and our paid school. So if you don't have a guru and you want a guru, it'd be my true blessing and my pleasure to be your guru. Sign up, go to kriyayogamasterclass.com, start your free trial, and you'll be there I'll send you the link for tomorrow's Gurupurnima celebration, which is exclusive to all of our members. And it would be my pleasure to be your guru, same like I'm the guru to all of our students in our Kriya Yoga Masterclass. And I will guide you as best as I can on the path of Kriya Yoga and try to give you as much energy transmission and guide you the best I can so you get the most benefits and results and effects from practicing Kriya Yoga. So if you sign up right now, our free 7-day trial, kriyayogamasterclass.com, I will commit to you. It'll be my promise to walk this Kriya Yoga path to you. So if you commit to me, I'll commit to you. Bare minimum, give me 3 months and we'll do the inner work, and I'll give you as many Kriyas as possible. I'll initiate you into the practice of Kriya Yoga. I'll be your guru. I'll give you everything you need. Just all you have to do is go to kriyayogamasterclass.com, click the red button, start your free 7-day trial here, and we will start work immediately. Like I said before, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. So let's get started today. Today is a beautiful day, and I'll send you all the links for Gurupurnima and everything so you can be a part of the festivity tonight, and we'll get to work immediately.
And speaking of Adi Yogi, after I saw that video with those Indian guys saying women can't chant Om Namah Shivaya, I watched a video Kyle posted, and it was like a walking meditation. You chant Om Namah Shivaya as you're walking. Yeah. It's like each foot, like Nama and then Shavaya. I don't know. And it's almost like once you get into it, Shiva is walking with you. And it like Shiva is cleaning your field. It's almost like he's like taking a cloth and like cleaning it for you. But Shiva is with you, and you get to a state like it's they said like a japa, like the mantra becomes a part of you. And
true.
Yeah, I remember when we did it Om Namah Shivaya 108 times with Shiva Angi. And it's like we were all blissed out. It just felt so good to say that mantra over and over again. So, yeah, I'm not going to let any Indian guy tell me I can't say Om Namah Shivaya.
Don't let anybody tell you can't do anything. But like I said before, we're Americans, not Americans, right? Like, my guru, one time, I was at a temple and we were praying to Narayana, which is Vishnu. And this lady came up to me. I don't know where my guru was. He wasn't there. And she said, I'll give you mantra diksha for 100 rupees. Right when she said that, he came back. He said, Ma. He said, this guy gives you mantra diksha. You don't give him mantra diksha. You know, we don't take spiritual knowledge from non-spiritual people, right? We are realized beings. We don't take spiritual advice from non-realized beings, right? Because non-realized beings, they're going to say that, oh, you can't pray to Shiva this way. These are the rules of Shiva. I'm Shiva's policeman. Realized beings see the beauty in everybody resonating Lord Shiva, right? Like you said, walking meditation, you know, inhale Om, exhale Shivaya, right?
Yeah.
You know, walking with each footstep. What a beautiful blessing to see Shiva walking with you, holding hands, step by step, embedding Shiva into every breath you take. Like, don't let any of these people gatekeep you what you should or shouldn't do. Be the best person you can be, and don't get attached to anybody else's ghost story or narrative. You should do. Anytime a person says you should do, you should get away from that person. How would they know what you should do inside your body? They have no clue. They're just making up stories and lies to tell you how you should feel, to try to trick your mind. You should do this, or you should do that, or you should pray to Shiva this way. Pray to Shiva any way you want, wholeheartedly, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Shiva is universal. He's for everybody, you know? And if you really look at it, Shiva Angi's name is Shiva, but the female form. Shiva and Parvati together, right? So saying Shiva is only for men is not true, you know?
Yeah.
In India, they radiate Om Namah Shivaya. It's so universal. You could say it in any part of India and you would always be right? Even if they have another deity or they have Vishnu. If you say Om Namah Shivaya, perfect. Anywhere you go. It's universal in India, right? So man or woman, and, you know, I don't like this, how can I say, masculine over feminine, right? I've met many yoginis who are probably more spiritually enlightened than males, you know? They have more of a divine mother connection. So when they say women can and can't do that, I don't agree, because there've been, you know, like Ananda Mai, right? It's probably one of the greatest Kriya yogis ever, right? Wow, Mataji, what a supreme enlightened being, right? How what Mataji cannot say Om Namah Shivaya? Of course she can. She could do whatever she wants. She's the greatest of all time, right? You know, so when they have this, I don't know what you would call it, chauvinistic perspective, women, men could do this, but women can't. I don't agree, because I try to stay as a Kriya yogi in a state of equanimity, right? Man, woman, equal, right? Shiva and Shakti, divine union together, right? Ida and Pingala, balance, right? Like solar and lunar, right? Like Chandra and Surya, you know, like they're balancing each other, right? So too much masculine and not enough feminine, out of balance, right? Just enough masculine, just enough feminine, balance, right? My guru told me this too. I had a bunch of mantra diksha for a bunch of masculine, you know, like lords or male gods, right? Let's say, right? And he said, what about the female gods? Where's the Devis? I said, I don't have any Devis. He said, okay, I'm going to give you some Devis. You need some Lakshmi. You need some Saraswati. You need some Kali. You need some Durga. You need some Gayatri. So balancing out my masculine and feminine. Too much masculine, not enough feminine, out of balance. Too much feminine, not enough masculine, out of balance. Just enough balance, you know? You need the Shakti to balance the Shiva, you know? Too much Shiva with not Shakti, out of balance. So yeah, when they say, I know they say this because I heard it many times. I don't agree with them. You know, there are yoginis who are highly evolved, enlightened beings, probably more than most male, less ego for sure. You know, more divine mother, like pure divine mother energy, like Shakti, real pure Shakti. So I wouldn't agree with them on that. So anytime you see this junk on the internet, it's just junk, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm a free bird. I'm going to chant Om Namah Shivaya as loud as I can.
Yes.
And I don't care if you hear me. When I was in the Himalayan mantra, when I was in the Himalayan mountains, one day my guru got a microphone and a speaker, right? And I said, and he told the guy, don't tell Vedagurudev that we got this, right? But I found out anyway. And I was waiting at the door. It is now time. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. It echoed through like the whole village, everywhere. They could hear it villages away, right? And they were like, you're going to wake people up. I want everybody to know the glory of Lord Shiva, right? So I'm blowing the conch. I'm ringing the bell. I'm doing everything I can, right? So any of these people say, wait a minute. You're not qualified. Where's your certificate to say Om Namah Shivaya? Get out of here, you know? No certificate. I'm a free bird. I go where I want to go. I do what I want to do. So I don't want your rules to become my rules. So whatever your rules and regulations, keep that over here. I want no part of it, right? You know? But yeah. They definitely do that in India for sure, you know? But I didn't get attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see paintings all the time with like Shiva's face. It's half male, half female. So it's like he's in, he's Shiva and Shakti.
100%.
Yeah. You got to have balance. I have some comments from Zane, going back to what he was saying. He says, no, I mean, if someone is born blessed already, can he or she wake up in his dream, or suffering is needed to shake him?
If you're born enlightened, you probably have already transcended these dreams. Like I said, you kind of look at the world like a detached witness. You're not affected by any dreams. You're already self-realized out the womb. And what is a true blessing more than that? If you're born that way, right? That is like the highest yogic blessing. They say if you're born realized, or you're born self-realized, or God realized, you look at this whole world as a joke, you know, like I don't attach to dreams. I don't attach to this Maya delusional world, you know. I'm a blissed out yogi straight from birth. What a true blessing that is, you know. Most of us got to take the hard road and the bumps and the aggravation and the frustration of this 3D Maya delusional world. Being born realized, that is the highest blessing, you know?
Yeah.
If I come back, I want to be born self-realized and God realized. You know how much hard inner work this took to get this far? Yeah. Imagine just coming out the womb in a blissed out yogic state. Wow. That sounds like a true blessing to me. And if I make a soul contract, I'm writing that in my soul contract.
Yeah, I am thinking about my soul contract. It's like, I want to be born into a yogic family. I want to be self-realized.
True. God realized, you know,
yes.
Higher consciousness, inner self, in a 24-hour day state of samadhi, you know? So, yeah, what a true blessing that would be to be, avoid all the hurdles and the bumps and the landmines and the obstacles and the resistance of this crazy Maya delusional world, and just say, hello, I'm self-realized. Glad to meet you, you know? I mean, there have been some cases of children born in India who are just totally realized. I mean, I'm not just going to say India. I'm probably going to say every country. There's probably been a few, but it's a rare occasion. Like, you know, like the Dalai Lama is the incarnation of the previous Dalai Lama. So they would say a born self-realized child, you know? So what a true blessing that is, you know? So Yeah, that's something for me to aspire to.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe I can meet my soulmate right out of the gate, and then we can bring in more higher consciousness beings. Have her, yeah. I don't know. I'll just have to write down my soul contract.
What a beautiful thought that is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring in as many enlightened yogis as you can. We
Yes.
need all the help we could get on the front line, you know? The black flag is overwhelming the white flag, the light workers. So we're out here fighting. Yeah, we need some more soldiers on the ground, you know?
Yes, more spiritual soldiers. Zane, he appreciates your sense of humor. God police, LOL. You have a good sense of humor. I like it. I like it too.
Yeah, no God police, no gatekeeping God. God is the biggest boy of all, right? He is the highest boss of them all. He don't need anybody's help. So anybody gatekeeping God or policing God, just get away from them. Like, you know, make your own resonance with God, your own connection to God.
Yes.
Don't let anybody tell you what God is. Make up your own mind. Use your own discernment, your own discrimination to align yourself with God as best as you can.
I think Zane agrees with you. He says, take what resonates and leave the rest. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't let their story become your story. Don't let their narrative become your narrative. Whatever resonates with you, that is true and pure. Whatever resonates with somebody else, that's their truth. Don't let their truth become your truth. Make your own truth. Walk your own path, and you'll be perfectly great. Yeah. So whatever resonates with you, that is the best. And in our Kriya Yoga School, that's what I teach also. A lot of our students ask, what's the best technique? I said, whatever resonates with you, that is the best technique. Because what might work for me might not work for you, on and on and on. So we give hundreds of Kriyas in our Kriya Yoga School, and we let you choose what resonates with you, right? So what might be in my daily practice, my sadhana, might not be in your daily practice. It's perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever uplifts you and makes you feel the best. So that's why I said, I don't like the approach that some online programs have. They give you 7 Kriyas and that's it. Well, what if you don't like any of those 7 Kriyas? Then you're stuck with something that you're probably going to forget in 2 months. We want Kriya Yoga to be your life path, and we want you to enjoy Kriya Yoga. We want you to feel comfortable practicing Kriya Yoga. We want you to feel relaxed practicing Kriya Yoga. That's why we give as many Kriyas as possible. So there's something for everybody, whether you're male or female, whatever your age, whatever your country, whatever your language, we have something for you. There's something anybody could do, you know? There are people in our school who have health problems. They still get major benefits from, if you can't do the asanas, you can still do your inner work, which is, my opinion, more important. But, you know, they're all important. So there's something that everybody could do, and it'll definitely uplift you and make you feel better. So I would just say, like I always say in all of our classes, do what resonates with you, right? If you feel a Kriya and it makes you feel uncomfortable, just go to the next one, you know? But there's going to be something that you're going to be able to put in your pocket. You're going to be able to integrate in your life, probably multiple things, right? Like, you know, all of our students probably have multiple Kriyas they integrate in their daily life. Yeah. And your whole life starts to become a Kriya Yoga meditation, a mindful meditation. So we have so much value in there, but don't believe me. All you got to do is go to kriyayogamasterclass.com, click on the red button, start your free 7-day trial, and you'll be all set up and ready to go for our Gurupurnima celebration in a couple hours, and everything would be outstanding. I hope to see you inside of our Gurupurnima celebration. And whatever you're going through in the present moment, give it to me. I'll burn it up in the holy yagna fire, you know? So you can watch it go bye-bye.
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 Namaste.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. Okay. Namaste, Vladimir. Glad to see you again. Vladimir
Namaste,
says,
Vladimir.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vladimir says, God realization is not a joke. There will be no others on a very deep level.
Yeah, God realization isn't a joke. It's they would say in yoga, serious business, but it's good. My guru used to say, when you're practicing your kriyas or you're aligning yourself with God, it should be comfortable and relaxed and anchored. It shouldn't be like so strenuous and serious, right? Like, it should be a blissful, uplifting experience. It shouldn't be like, I take this too serious, right? He always used to say to me, Vedagurudev, too serious, right? So if you're like, God realization, you're missing the point. It should be a blissful experience. It should be an uplifting experience, right? And it should be a happy experience for you, right? And this should be your own personalized individual experience. No one should tell you what it should or shouldn't be, So you cultivate your own God realization. So you tell me if it's serious or not. But in my personal experience, I like to have a blissful, enjoying, happy experience aligning with God. That's where I get the most profound dynamic benefits from aligning myself with God.
Well, we don't have any more comments.
So if anybody has any comment, put it in the YouTube chat.
Yes. Feel free to comment, ask questions. I don't know. I always hear this phrase, time heals all wounds, but I don't think it does. I think our wounds, we just bury them. So I don't think time heals all wounds. I feel like it's always there. And then something will happen and we get triggered and it comes up.
Yeah, but the more inner work you do, the less you're attached to your wounds, right? You see, they don't define you. It's just like a page in your book that happened and it was an experience. You let it go, you overcome it, because you don't want these wounds. You realize these wounds don't define your soul. It's just something that all yogis go through or yoginis go through. Like, no yogi, except for what Zane said, a born spiritualized, realized person, we all go through obstacles, resistance, blockages, frustration. It's part of living in the Maya delusional world. So, but the way yogis overcome it, we don't attach to it. We just kind of look at it, like I said, clouds passing in the sky, water under the bridge. Okay, that was pretty funny. I like when Patanjali says in the Yoga Sutras, the line to God is not a straight line. It's a zigzag, right? So all yogis fall off the path. Only thing they do different, they get up and dust themselves off, keep walking. All right, that happened. I'm not going to attach to it. I'm not going to let that wound or that trauma define me. I'm going to just overcome it. All right, whatever. Yeah. Things happen or whatever. Moving on. I'm not even going to think about it 5 seconds later. Whatever, happens. What attaching to it, anything, how would that serve you? It's just trash you really need to take out to the curb, or you just need to let go, like burn up in the fire. Yeah. So if you want to burn your trash up in the fire, send it all to me. Veronica sent me a long list of stuff, so I'm burning all tonight.
Lots of details.
So just don't get attached to begin to see the distance between you and a wound or a trauma, that it doesn't serve you. Like, all right, so what? I ate a cheeseburger 10 years ago. How does that serve me in the present moment today? It doesn't. So water under the bridge, clouds passing in the sky. Let it pass, whatever. I'm not even going to think about this in a couple, tomorrow or in 5 minutes. Let it all pass. So whatever wounds you have, just no need to hold on to it. travel light, my friend. Throw all that baggage away, you know, like it just doesn't serve you in the present moment. It's water under the bridge. So you need to take that rock and throw it off your back and just no longer serve me. Why am I carrying this wound? Why am I carrying this trauma? I don't need it no more, you know? Travel light, my friend.
Detach.
Be like the yogi in the Himalayan mountains, only the clothes on your back. No baggage.
Yeah, I found like forgiveness is like really healing and powerful. It's not to like let the other person off the hook. It's more like to reclaim my life. I just
True.
like, I forgive you. I'm letting this go. I'm reclaiming my life.
Yeah, definitely. When you forgive somebody, you're helping yourself more than you're helping the other person, you know? You're giving your soul a chance to heal, right? Like, I don't want to attack my soul with this. I don't want to hold this no more. I want to let it go. Let my soul shine. Let my soul heal. I don't need this, right? So I don't want to hold this trash, or I don't want to hold this junk or this rock no more. I want to let it go. Whatever you did, no harm, no foul. Fine, whatever, right? It's water under the bridge. It's clouds passing in the sky, right? You know, so whatever you did to me, I don't even think about it in the next 5 seconds, you know, water under the bridge. And if you can make a practice of forgiving and forgetting, outstanding, right? Most people carry this junk and this trauma with them their whole life. When I was 5 years old, this happened to me, you know, bad things happen in this Maya 3D delusional world, but we don't get emotionally attached to it. That's hurting our soul even more. We just let it go. All right, whatever, you know, that happened. I learned from it. It was a good lesson for me. Let it go. Whoever did anything bad to me, I forgive you wholeheartedly. You know, no harm, no foul, you know? And that's a good way to live, because you won't be carrying that guilt or that trauma with you. You'll be letting it go. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. You know, like I'm traveling light, my friend. Where are all your baggage, sir, on the divine flight? No baggage. Only clothes on my back. I don't need any of this where I'm going, right? When I transcend, I don't have no baggage, right? So you leave all that behind, and you begin to realize it doesn't serve you in the present moment. So what's the point? You just let it go. Like, all right, whatever, you know?
Yeah, something I like to request in the Holy Yagna fires is to forgive myself for everything I've done, and then to forgive others. That's another thing I do, just to
True.
heal myself. Yeah.
What
'Cause I
a
think
beautiful blessing that is too.
Yeah. Sometimes we can't forgive ourselves. We got to forgive ourselves too. We're all a work in progress.
Yeah, true. Like, I like when Patanjali says, I forget what the yama was called. Don't steal from yourself. I think it's called a parigara, right? Don't steal from others, and don't steal from yourself too.
Yeah.
Don't hurt others, and don't hurt yourself, right? So when you begin to have that perspective, it gives you a more open-minded perspective, where you could say, I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want to hurt others. I don't want to have no violence, or I don't want to have no stealing. I don't want to have none of that, you know? So yeah, don't steal from yourself, and don't steal from others. So you don't want to hurt yourself, and you don't want to hurt others. And so like, if you forgive, then you're not holding on to anything. You're not hurting yourself. You're not trying to make sense of it. You're not trying to understand what it is or get in the way of yourself. You just let it go. All right, forgive, whatever.
Yeah.
It happened that way. Maybe it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, but it's okay. I let it go, you know? Good lesson. Keep moving, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it takes a lot of humility to admit when you're wrong. Just like, let it go. I made a mistake. I'm wrong.
True. When you self-observe yourself and say, I don't need to carry this rock no more. Let it go. You know, I self-observe. What, how does this serve me in the present moment? You know, that should be your affirmation. How does any of this serve me in the present moment? It doesn't. Okay. I let it go. You know, I let it go. You know, I need to uplift myself or raise my energy higher. I don't need to lower it or attach to something that doesn't serve me, you know? So let it go. Like I always said, what Kim Kardashian wears to the Grammys doesn't matter. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Detach, let go. Detach, let go. Detach, let go. Detach, let go. Don't serve me. 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 Clear, you know? All right, good.
Yeah, another thing people hold on to is anger. And I see when people get angry, it's just like they can't think clearly. It's just like they're blocked.
The
Just
worst.
like, yeah.
Anger is the poison that poisons you more than it poisons the other person.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to get angry. Oh my God, that's probably one of the worst, right?
Yeah.
Because you're right. Your monkey mind activates and it starts going crazy and you can't think straight. You know, one day my father drove past the prison and he said, you know, everybody in that prison probably made a split-second decision out of anger. If they would have waited 10 seconds and breathe, they probably wouldn't be in there. So learn from their mistakes, you know? Don't get angry. It's not that important, like who's wrong or right. And you got to see my point. This is the way it is, or it's the highway. Who cares? You know? What is wrong and right anyway? Like, don't throw it all away for a temporary emotion, right? You know? Like,
yeah.
I was right, but I'm in prison for 10 years. I guess you were wrong, you know? So don't do it to yourself, right? Who cares who's wrong or right, you know? Let it go, right? So I try to make a practice to let it go. Anybody that's ever done me wrong, I just let it go. Detach, let go. I'm not going to hold on to it. I'm not even going to think about it. 10 minutes later, I'm just going to let it go. You know? Detach, let go. Detach, let go. And in our Kriya Yoga school, we have many techniques for that. That's endless. So we're always detaching, let go. So anger is almost a distant thought for me. What do I get angry about? Nothing. I can't even remember the last time I was angry, you know? It'd be very hard to get me angry, you know? So, you know, I just don't attach to those lower emotions anymore. So, stay in a happy, blissful state and forgive whoever. Don't put yourself in a situation where people can hurt you or get you angry, first thing. And if somebody tries to get you angry, just kind of laugh at them like the joke they are. Like, look at this person. They think they can get me angry. This don't hurt me at all, you know? Water under the bridge, clouds passing in the sky.
Yeah, that's what they want to do, is try to get, you know, push your buttons, get a reaction out of you. Like, nope, not today.
They're a master of emotional reactions, right? But if you don't give them what they want, they have no power, right? If you laugh at them like the joke they are, you see they don't have no power over you, right? Like, I'm gonna ask Vedagurudev what he thinks about Donald Trump. He's gonna get mad, and I got him. You know, what do you think about Donald Trump? Nothing. Hey, you know, the wind goes out their sail, right? You know, I don't know. Donald Trump's not in my family. He don't pay my rent. You know, I care what he does. I'm trying to do my inner work. I have no control over what he does. He got me, you know? You know, he's not going to fight with me. I'm not going to fight with you, you know?
Well, Vladimir has a question for you. Did you ever have access or experience how the world is imagined in real time? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, that is a pretty interesting question. Do I ever have access? I guess so, but I really don't. As a yogi, you don't try to make sense out of these things. You just kind of go with the flow. So you kind of, like I said, look at the world as a detached witness, right? Like you're watching a movie on the movie screen and you're in the audience and you got your popcorn and you're just kind of watching the movie scenes go by and the pictures go by and the clouds go by and the water under the bridge. So you don't really attach to it. So, and you don't really think about do you have access or not? You basically say, all right, that's good. Look, I have an audience of that today. Or there's no rules and regulations of what you can and can't do. Do I have access to go here or not? You're a yogi. You're a free bird. You do whatever you want. So you go wherever you want and you do kind of whatever you want with no fear or no suffering. You just kind of go with the flow. So yeah, I would kind of say that. Do you read the question again?
Did you ever had access or experience how the world is imagined in real time?
The world is imagined. I mean, as a yogi, you don't, like I just said, you don't ask for access. You are the director of your own movie. So you create the in real time reality how you want, right? So no one can define how you look at the world in your meditative state. You look at it however you want to. So you're not asking for permission or access to anybody. You go with the flow and make your happy place as blissful as you can inside you as you. So I would definitely say that you don't ask for access or permission from anybody. You kind of go with the flow and you create your own reality. You make your own story. You don't attach to anybody else's perception or ask for permission from anybody else. You go with the flow and see wherever it takes you. So I've never really thought about how would I access time in this certain reality. I just kind of go into my happy state and my happy place and my state of being and just radiate it out like that, without asking permission from anybody or access from anybody, right? I do the inner work inside me as me. So I realize myself inside myself, right? That's why it's called self-realization. I don't ask for somebody, how does myself look? How should I look at this? Or how should I look at the world? I realize it inside me as me. That's why it's called self-realization. Or my perception of God is mine all alone. So I create my own God realization. I don't want anybody else's God realization to become my God realization. Or I don't want anybody else's self-realization to become my self-realization. So I create my own story and I direct my own movie and I am the creator of my own reality. And that's kind of the way I move out here. Actually, let me stretch my feet one second.
Yeah, stretch your feet.
Windshield wipers.
Yeah.
How long have we been on here so far?
3 hours and 22 minutes.
Well, how long before you have to go?
I was going to ask if we could go pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody has any last minute YouTube questions, put them in there and we'll be wrapping it up soon.
Yeah, got to be up early.
Got to be up early. A big Gurupurnima celebration at our Kriya Yoga Masterclass. If you want to join us, go to kriyayogamasterclass.com, click the free 7-day Kriya Yoga Masterclass trial button, and start your trial today. And you'll be ready for our big Gurupurnima celebration tonight. So hope to see you there.
Well, tomorrow morning, I don't know if I'll have enough time to give you my gratitude. So I wrote something out, so I'm going to read it to you right now and give everybody a taste of Gurupurnima. So just to honor you. So I'm going to, oh wait, Vladimir has a question. Vladimir, so are you aware right now on a deep level that you're living in your own imagination? Yeah.
Yeah, probably,
Yeah,
but I'm not too attached to it. whatever it is, then that's what it is. I'm not trying to make sense of it. I'm just going with the flow. So if I'm living in my own imagination, I'm living my own truth. You know, it's my own movie that I projected on myself. If it's imagination or if it's reality, what difference does it make? It's my own perception. And once you realize you are the director of your movie or the creator of your movie, then no one can tell you what your movie should be. You tell them what your movie is. So I am living in my own perception, my own imagination, my own reality, my own samadhi, my own higher awareness, you know, like if it's imagination or not, what difference does it make? Like, who defines if it's imagination or not, right? It might be my truth. To you, it might be imagination. You might think I'm delusional, but it doesn't matter. It's between me and God. So whatever my imagination is for me and mine own. I'm the director of my own imagination, and I'll make it as blissful as possible. And I want nobody else's imagination becoming my imagination. Like I always say, I'm going to make my imagination whatever it is. So if you say it's imagination, maybe it's my reality, you know? Maybe my imagination to you would be your reality. I don't know. Either way, right? So what's some people's delusion is other people's reality, you know? Who knows, right? Going with the flow. Keep it moving. So if I'm living in my imagination, it's a blissful place, and I'm going to direct it and make it as happy as possible. Jai Babaji.
Jai Babaji. It's like you're steering your own ship. You can take it wherever you want.
I'm driving my own car. If I want to go right or left, that's up to me. I have no rules or regulations. I drive my car however I want. I'm a free bird. I fly wherever I want, you know?
Yes. Well, I just want to say happy Gurupurnima, Vedagurudev. And on this sacred day, I express my heartfelt gratitude to my guru, Vedagurudev, who has always been my guiding light. I am blessed to have a guru like you in my life. You are a breath of fresh air, and without a doubt, you are my best friend. I talk to you more than anyone else in my life. I never thought I would have a guru ever, or for that matter, become a student of Kriya Yoga. But on March 6, 2024, the day I joined the Kriya Yoga school online, that all changed, and my life has taken a total 180. Thank you for always being so patient and kind with me. Even when I butcher this beautiful Hindu language, trying to pronounce the words for mantras, and always answering all my questions and making yourself available to me and the rest of the students when we need one-on-one help from you. I am a house under construction, but when you met me, I was a rundown shack in disrepair, but slowly but surely, we've been clearing out the boxes and turning me into a beautiful palace like Babaji made for Lahiri Messiah. Thank you for not giving up on me. Your wisdom and your guidance has made us all better individuals collectively. Happy Gurupurnima, Vedagurudev. Thank you.
Jai Babaji. Thank you for those kind words, Veronica. Very touching. Outstanding.
Yeah. Thank you for everything. And yeah, you keep giving more and more. So I think anybody would be lucky to learn to join this school. So, and it's all here for you.
So if you're looking for a guru, then join our Kriya Yoga School Masterclass, kriyayogamasterclass.com, and I will gladly be your guru, the same like Veronica's guru, Paul's guru, Brendan's guru, so all of our students' guru. To be my true blessing to guide you on the path to Kriya Yoga. So all you have to do is sign up for the free 7-day trial, and let's get to work today.
Vladimir says beautiful words. Thank you, Vladimir.
Thank you, Vladimir. I agree with you.
Vladimir says, I would have joined, but my guru is not from this world. I understand.
It's okay. You could have multiple gurus. You can have one out of this world and one on this world. We have no judgment in our school. So
Yeah.
don't put no blockages in your way, Vladimir.
Yeah.
If you join, I'll be your guru too. And you could have 2 gurus. There's no limit on out of this world gurus, on this world gurus. Guru is more like a guide. So if you want me to guide you on the path of Kriya Yoga, sign up for our free 7-day trial and I will gladly guide you. So you could still have a guru off this world and one on this world. You can have one down the street. You can have multiple gurus.
Yeah.
There are no rules and regulations in the spiritual tradition. So if
Yeah.
you want me to guide you and help you on the spiritual path and answer all your questions wholeheartedly, join kriyayogamasterclass.com. Click the free 7-day trial button and let's start the work today. And whatever problems you have, Vladimir, if you join right now, I'll burn them up in the fire tonight. We're going to have a big fire celebration. So whatever is bothering you, write it on email it to me. I'll send you my email and we'll burn it up in the holy yagna fire tonight. Like I do for all of our members. So if you feel like you need an on the earth guru, here I am. Let's get started today.
I just had a thought, Babaji, maybe he's other people's gurus and other realities. He might be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Multiple dimensions.
I mean, many spiritually enlightened beings have had many gurus, Babaji included. Bhoganantar was Babaji's Kriya Kundalini Pranayama guru. Agastya was his Kriya Dhyana guru, meditation guru. He had many gurus. Most enlightened beings have multiple gurus. Some gurus do. You have an asana guru, you have a pranayama guru, you have a meditation guru, you have a mantra japa guru. It's okay to have more than one guru.
Yes.
And if your off the world guru has a phone number, give it to me. I'll call him and we'll negotiate. No, just kidding.
Vladimir, you have a sense of humor. He says, my guru was trolling me and turned off the electricity. I looked at my phone and it said, oh, you turned off the internet. And then he flashed lights in my room to tell me not to turn the not the internet, but electricity. Playing games.
Okay, well,
yeah.
2 gurus is better than 1.
Yeah.
Up to you. If the words I say resonate with you and you feel comfortable, it's really easy. kriyayogamasterclass.com. Sign up, free 7-day trial. Try it out for 7 days. If you don't like it, it's okay. No harm, no foul. At least you tried.
And then he says, so he was controlling light itself. The guru was supposed to be the lighthouse in the storm. So makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. like I said in the beginning, Gu means light, Ru means darkness. So it's the guru is the dispeller of darkness, like you said, a lighthouse in the darkness. So I try to be a lighthouse guiding lost at sea boats back home into their inner self to realize their self. So if you want me to be a lighthouse to give you some tools for self-realization and God realization, then let's get to work.
Let's get to work. Well, do you want to continue our tradition and we do the phone number to Babaji and the peace mantra? Yeah.
So before we go, let me say a few things. So we have a free 7-day trial at our Kriya Yoga school. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. Sign up. Once you sign up, you get a free bonus one-on-one soul coaching call with me, Vedagurudev, 100% free. I'll get on a call with you. Whatever you're going through, we'll work through it. We'll try to get to a solution as a bonus. And once you get in our Kriya Yoga school, enjoy all the classes, enjoy all the benefits. It's a very great interactive soul community. And we have a great Kriya Yoga family where rising tides lift all boats. So if you need a guru and you've been searching for a guru and you resonate with what I'm saying, it would be my true blessing and pleasure to be your guru, like I am for all of our Kriya Yoga School Masterclass students. So all you have to do is go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. And if you make the commitment to me, signing up for our free 7-day trial, I'll make the commitment to you and be your guru. And that would be a great way to start 2025 Gurupurnima with your guru. So on Gurupurnima, we celebrate our guru. So if you don't have a guru to celebrate, it'd be my true blessing to be your guru. So give me the chance, give me the opportunity to help you on the path. And like I always say, I want a Santa Claus list of so many names. Sound effect, Veronica? So I want to help as many people, uplift as many people as possible. So give me the opportunity to help you. If it doesn't work for you, you can cancel. Yeah, at least give me 3 months to do some inner work and get you aligned and get you centered on the path. If it doesn't work after 3 months, no harm, no foul. You can cancel. Just give me 3 months. And that's all I ask. So with that said, we will conclude our 2025 Gurupurnima celebration satsang live stream. And with that said, we will say Babaji's Mula mantra. So Babaji's Mula mantra is Babaji's direct phone number. So anytime you feel you need Babaji's help, call Babaji directly. And his phone number is Om Kriya Babaji Nama Om. And Veronica will say it so beautifully right now.
Om Kriya Babaji Nama Om.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. Next, we will sing the Shanti Universal Peace Mantra, giving peace and love to all people all around the world. And Veronica will also say that right now.
Om Shanti 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 Shalom Sat Nam Sadhu Tao Om Om Spirit Swami Kami Amen Amen Umen Selah Om
Om Shanti 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 Shalom Sat Nam Sadhu Tao Om Spirit Swami Kami Amen Amen Omen Selah Home. Are you feeling spiritually lost? Like you've tried everything, YouTube videos, online courses, even meditation apps, but still something is missing? Wondering, is this all there is? The world is loud and chaotic, and your soul is overwhelmed, craving inner peace, but you can't find your way back to yourself. This is exactly why I created the Kriya Yoga Masterclass and my proven soul coaching system to help people just like you. This isn't a video you watch and forget. It's a daily spiritual lifeline that brings you back to your soul. So if you're done feeling lost and you're ready to start transforming, then come join us. This is more than a course. This is your lifeline. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com right now to unlock your free 7-day Kriya Yoga Masterclass trial. Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive 100% free private one-on-one soul coaching call with me, Vedagurudev. In that call, I will personally help you overcome whatever's holding you back and guide you into the happiness you've always been searching for.
Kriya Babaji Nama Kriya Babaji Nama Kriya Babaji Nama Kriya Babaji Nama Kriya Babaji Nama